Dude. Yep, no, I totally agree. Did you guys see that shit? No. It was fucking weird. It was really fucking weird. They had some dudes in some like techno lust suits, and then some K-pop chicks came out and did the GG baby thing. And then there was a fucking panda there who was actually being attacked with a man. It was weird, man. The whole thing was crazy time. But that's E3 for you.
Standard ass E3.
I'm very much looking forward to the next couple of days, purely for the giant bomb panels. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For like the final part. Is always such a train wreck, man.
What do they do?
The drinking thing.
Oh. Well, it's like they always get these last three dudes on the couch with them, right? And it's
Have they always? I've only seen because like obviously you showed me at
three.
last.
This will be the third year.
Okay.
They just get these guys. One of them, he's like the CEO of a company called Iron Galaxy, and he's just a real fucking weird dude. He's like a massive guy, he talks like this, and he just doesn't give a fuck about anyone, right? And then there's another dude who's like this weird little kind of like chubby, like innocent dude.
He used to be like the head of
Disney, right? He was running Disney 2.0, and then the third guy is Adam Boyce from PlayStation. And they just good friends. They all used to work at Ubisoft back in the day, Ubisoft, and they just get fucking wasted and talk shit about everyone. It's a fucking friend. It's the same thing where the guy tweeted the phone number. Oh, yeah. That's second. Oh man. Yeah. Are they on site or they? I don't know.
Do you think they should go? I mean, it'd be so easy to go, right? But I mean,
it is in LA, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm based in LA.
Oh, dude, then why not? Yeah, I mean,
you can't bring that much alcohol in.
Yeah. You can get away with it. I mean, getting to like, I think LA would be a fucking train wreck around this time. Like trying to navigate the streets and trying to get to the actual show would be tough enough. Yeah. And if you have the excuse to just sit around and drink, like, you know, if it was in Sydney, we'd probably go. But if we had the option of drinking,
yeah. I mean, as we've talked about numerous times, though, it's like, well, this is the first E3 that was open to the masses public, as well. So maybe they were like, you know what, fuck that.
Yeah.
Why do we need to go? Well, let's just watch it.
I'll be interested to see what happens. You know, with the next couple of days. I probably shouldn't play with this near the audio equipment.
No, man.
There you go. Fidget spinners, man. Fidget spinners, the new fucking hot craze.
So smooth.
Yeah, dude, that twist in your hands.
Yeah, I have a funny story about fidget spinners.
Tell me the funny story about fidget spinners.
Love to hear a funny
It's not so much a funny story; it's just interesting. So, like, probably about just after I started my job, my friend, I was talking to him about 3D printers, and he's like, "Yeah, I really want to get one, blah blah blah." And he was telling me this is like literally like 2 weeks into my job, so like August last year.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, my friend has 2 because he used to work for Super Cheap Order or something."
Yeah, that sounds like a company. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and they apparently sell 3D printers.
Yeah.
So because he could get like the ridiculous staff discount, he bought one for like $400 or something from there, and then with that one, kind of learned how to use it, and then decided he wanted to get another one. So he got a better one, but he just had 2 basically. So my friend, like in September or something, got this 3D printer from him, and while he was picking it up, he had one of those like printed in his room.
Fidget spinner.
Yeah, fidget spinner. Just sitting there, and my friend kind of picked it up and was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. What is this?" And he's like, "Do you want it, man? Like, I've got shitloads of them." Because I guess for him, it was just like he was looking for something to print as like a test. And obviously, the way it kind of worked was he was used skate bearings, like
they're ball bearings.
Ball bearings, yeah. So he had like one in the center and then 3 on the outside to give it weight and that sort of thing. So my friend brought it into work, and then we were all just like, what is this thing? Yeah, just like playing with it all the time, and like it just circulated around, and it got added to like the arsenal of our like random office toys.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I remember we looked up like what it was, and it was like, oh yeah, it's a fidget spinner, which is typically used as like an ADHD toy.
Yep.
Yeah, like to give to kids who have trouble paying attention, so they kind of like can split their mind, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, does that say something about us? Anyway, so yeah, that was like at the end of last year. And then like suddenly, these things are fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I have what happened?
I don't know, man.
Because as I said, like my experience was completely removed from anyone being like, oh, I saw this thing on the internet or whatever. It was just like...
I heard a conversation about this exact topic, and one of the things that came up is that kids used to be massively into slime. It's weird, right?
I mean, I like slime.
So
when
did
was a
I
kid. Yeah.
as a kid, right?
Yeah.
But there's a new wave of YouTube tutorials of like this
Right.
is how you make your own slime.
Okay,
right?
well, we made our own
Yeah.
slime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in primary school and
But
shit.
it's a fucking whole deal, man. I watched
Yeah.
like a 20-minute video on some lady being like, now, this is how you make your slime, and then you put it, and then you fold the air in, and then it gets really hairy. And
It's,
I'm like, this is really fucking uncomfortable.
Why are people so obsessed with slime?
Hey, man, I don't know. Why we're into GAC, man. GAC was the fucking...
Yeah.
GAC
Gak?
was
remember
What
Gak.
was Gak?
the brand name slime.
Oh, okay.
GAC was for the cool kids.
I see.
Yeah.
Was that just the? It's just like the what is it, like corn syrup, corn flour,
Yeah.
and when you don't
like-
touch it, it becomes all watery, and
Yep.
when you touch it, it
Yep.
becomes hard. Yep.
You're just like, I can slap this shit.
Yeah.
You can slap it all day.
Yep. That shit's great,
I
man.
should probably do the intro. Hey.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is We Press Play from your friends at WePressButtons.com. My name is Dan. I'll be your host, and it's episode number what? What episode is it?
Fuck, man.
Shit, man. We take a week off.
60...
I want to say 66.
No, 67.
All right, 67.
100% it's 67.
Oh, because we had the
Yeah.
whole devil number
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
We did.
Yep.
Well done. Episode number 67 of We
Let's
Press
discuss
Play.
what we're going to call it.
Fuck it, man.
E3.
Morgan's not here, so fuck Morgan.
Yeah, right.
Just-
Morgan's
yeah,
gone.
Done.
E3
It's
67.
Fox
Yeah.
Morgan.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that.
Yep, done. We're good. This is the insight into the working mind
Yeah.
of We Press Play from your friends. We Press Buttons. Of course, I'm joined by Simon McDowell.
Hello, everyone.
Simon John Patrick McDowell, brought to you in glorious color if you're watching our stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, glorious
Yeah,
color.
colour.
You can now
Ooh.
know
Technicolor.
You can now know the color of Jamie's current throw that he has over his shoulders. What are
It's
they
a
called
snuggie.
again? Snuggies. Yeah, snuggies.
Throw?
Well, I don't know. Is it a throw if it's not being worn as a snuggie? You know.
I don't really know what a throw is.
I mean,
It's
a
just a
throw is
blanket,
just a bit
isn't
of
it?
fabric. Yeah. I mean,
So why is it called a throw?
any blanket's a throw if you.
Because you throw it on
Are all
things.
blankets throws, but not
No.
all throws are blankets?
No, all
All
blanket.
throws are blankets, but not all blankets are throws.
I think every bit of fabric is a throw.
Mm.
I think every bit of fabric. This jacket could be a
aren't
throw.
they generally like smaller blankets, really? It's just like a decorative piece of...
I think it could be like an avant-garde throw. Just be like, this is my throw. Here you go. This right here.
This is a
It's
throw
my
for giants.
Yeah.
And then you just get a massive topple.
This is actually a throw that I just wear around my body when I'm walking around the streets. It keeps me warm and has a zip. It's quite nice.
Is it literally just called a throw because you throw it over things?
I think someone's
Yeah.
really
Shit,
lazy.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone's really lazy in the naming department, man. It's been an interesting time. Morgan Cave not with us as you should probably already know, but he's off, accumulating.
Gallivanting around Europe.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way one can get around Europe, and good luck to him.
He's in London now, isn't he?
He is
believe
in
so.
London. Sounding like London, eating crisps, doing a whole bunch of things.
Got to watch out for those terrorists.
Yeah, they're everywhere hunting him down. I hear. They listen to this. This podcast is actually number one on the ISIS information list. This is following me.
Well,
I wouldn't say that.
they must there must be all.
Wouldn't
those
say that out
viewers.
loud. Yeah, keep that shit to yourself, Dan.
They're all the hits on Is Morgan Dead?
If MorganCave.club, they're like, all right, one day it's gonna turn around. It's gonna make sense. How's the week been for you guys? We've got a lot to talk about, so we'll keep it brief. What's been going on?
I started typing Is Morgan into Google and it autocorrected to Is Morgan Dead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But that's maybe because I've been there before.
Maybe because it just knows you have an insatiable, like your AdWord history knows that you just like Morgan a lot. Like how to kill Morgan Cave. How do I
There's
bury
also-
a body?
There's a website called
What do I do about the family?
isthatguystillalive.com, and then this is /names/Morgan, and it says alive Morgan is still kicking.
Who? Just Morgan?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, when you say that dude, you see a dude in the movie and you're like, it's that fucking dude, but I don't know his name. That actor, that guy. He was in Spider-Man, probably.
Who the fuck is Morgan?
Yeah.
Yeah, who the fuck is Morgan? Maybe we should change the name of the...
TBD. Best known for what?
Best known for an early friend to Rick who stayed in the King country after the death of his family, notably against violence and only kills as a last resort.
That sounds 100%
That sounds like Morgan.
Morgan.
We know Morgan, like Batman, doesn't like killing people.
And his age is TBD, to be disclosed.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is
And
that?
net worth is $0 million.
That's,
Definitely
yeah,
Morgan.
yeah,
Definitely Morgan, 100% right there.
But yes, my weekend was good. It was a
That was the question.
That was a question.
long
Yeah.
weekend.
It was a long weekend.
as
man.
in-
It was a slightly longer weekend.
in a good-
I got
good
Friday off
sense?
as well. Yeah, no.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went to the Blue Mountains.
Oh, you had yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was great.
Did
It
you-
was awesome.
What did you do in the Blue Mountains? Walk?
Yeah, we did a couple of walks. We went to some fancy ass dinners 2 of the nights.
Did
Nice.
you go segwaying off-road?
No.
Because you can do that in the Blue Mountains.
Oh, I'm sure you
Are
can.
they off-road segways?
They're
we
off-road segways.
that's cool.
I wouldn't want to take one off-road
Yeah.
though, just because
It feels
the
off-road enough.
guy who was invented the Segway
Yeah.
died in an
Yeah.
off-road segwaying accident.
Didn't he
Uh,
drive off a cliff?
Yes,
Yeah.
probably because he was counting his money. But go on.
Oh, it was perfect though, because every day except for the day we left, it was, just literally fog. Like you could only see maybe 10 to 15 meters in front of you.
Yeah,
And then the day we leave, not a cloud in the sky.
Yep.
Classic.
Yep.
Classic.
Big middle finger from
Yeah.
nature there. They don't want you in the Blue Mountains, man.
No.
It's just how it is.
So what? You mostly just stayed indoors?
Oh yeah. Well, we did a couple of walks. Otherwise, yeah, we just walked around and then stayed indoors.
Drink
and-
wine.
Yeah, drank a lot of wine.
Nice.
I
Sounds
don't
like
know.
a quarter weekend to me.
Yeah,
I
that's
quite
great.
like it when there's a certain amount of fog in the air. I went for a walk on, I think it was Saturday. Obviously, it probably wasn't as foggy here as it was in the Blue Mountains, but there was a lovely fog in the air. It was the sun was just going down and everyone had their fires on, and so just like the overall scene,
I love that.
I was just like, this is
It's quality.
it's good. It's really really good. And so what, you got back on Monday and readjusted to normal life.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up with much E3 over the weekend?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. Well, I got back and I watched the Bethesda, or like most of the Bethesda ones.
That was
Yeah.
a Sunday.
Yeah, that was Sunday.
Yeah. Got fortuitous this
afternoon,
year. Yeah.
And then somehow, I don't know, I missed the Devolver Digital one afterwards.
Hey, man, I
I don't know
hated
what
it.
even happened to it. I watched some of it later, but like
It wasn't even
It
streamed.
didn't exist. Yeah.
Maybe that's the ultimate avant-garde thing.
But
Yeah, maybe.
I've kept up like online with all the goss and whatnot.
You've kept up online with all the goss.
Yep.
Good man. Good
Yep.
man. I'm glad
I
someone's doing
hear
it.
a couple of games were released.
They were.
Oh,
they were.
shit.
Hey, we'll talk about E3 in a second. Jamie, tell me about your weekend, man. What have you been doing?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I watched a shitload of Doctor Who.
Well, fucking why
And
not, man?
It's good, man. Like, I actually enjoyed it. Like,
You say that like it's something no one's allowed to do.
No, it's just that, like, obviously I used to watch Doctor Who, and as I think we all did, I got to the end of Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if you guys got that far.
I don't think I got to the end of it.
latest season.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I got to the end of Matt Smith, and then I was like, Peter Capaldi. Because they also took a gap there, I believe. It was like
A
an
little bit of
18-month
gap,
gap.
yeah.
And that was enough for me to be like, my life is now busy, and also I don't think he's going to be a good doctor, so fuck this.
Yep.
And I
Great
just
doctor,
completely
though.
stopped. I really like
Yeah.
him. He's so, like, jaded, and he's House.
Yeah.
He's
He-
Dr. House.
He gets let down a little bit by some of the writing, but
Yeah. Some of the episodes. There was this
yeah.
one episode in like the season 9, which I just watched, which is about them being on a spaceship and people. There's someone guy invented a machine that basically stops you from having to sleep all night.
Cool.
So you're gonna have to go into the machine for
Yeah.
5 minutes.
oh man,
And it is the shittest episode
so
I've ever
bad.
seen. Holy crap. It's
Is that
such a bad. It's just
the
like
sand?
yeah, the
Yeah,
sand.
yeah.
Oh my god, nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
like at all. Like usually there's some semblance of like, all right, this is Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You got to live.
And that was
give
a-
some
let-
thought. Yeah,
Let's hit you with some science
That-
mumbo
yeah,
jumbo.
that was a
this just made
two-parter
no
as
sense
well.
at all. No, there wasn't any one parter.
Oh, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay, yeah,
so the
that-
interesting thing about the season 9 was pretty much all of them are 2-parters.
Yeah.
which is actually really cool because it's
Yeah.
like a Doctor Who movie.
Yeah, you have time to explore.
And I think they because of that the writing was a bit better. Like they had a better chance to explain stuff. But the best episode I've ever seen was also in season 9, which was like the second last episode of the season.
Is it the?
I can't really talk about it without ruining everything.
No, just say something that might have to do with it so I can remember it.
Man, it's
Is it the Ice Wall one?
yes,
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Diamond
yeah.
Wall,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
fucking
Okay,
great,
yeah.
man.
Does it
That
involve
was the
time
one I was-
travel?
Great.
No, that was the one I was telling you about.
Yeah,
I was gonna
okay.
say, when you get to that
Yep,
one,
yep.
you'll love it. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good,
Oh,
so
my
good.
God, yes.
Seriously, best episode of Doctor Who I've seen.
100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Shit.
really, it's
100%,
almost
yeah.
worth watching like just
Yeah.
that. You probably want to watch the rest of it for the build up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's just such a really well made episode. Like
What's like the Doctor Who equivalent of popping lots of Vicodin? You know, has he got has he got a crutch? Is he hallucinating wildly? Is that the
cool because I mean
term?
like my understanding was he is loosely based off like Sherlock as well, isn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
'cause
Right?
they do the same thing.
He's the same character in terms of that completely.
I guess his vice is like his companions.
yeah, he's just hitting too much of those companions. Way
Yeah,
too
he always
hard,
gets
man.
like attractive girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, he's
Although
fucking
the
making his own bed.
latest- The latest one.
I haven't seen the latest one,
Okay.
and there was also Donna. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. We don't talk.
No.
about
We don't
it.
talk about
Sorry
not on
about
this.
But
not
yeah,
on
the
this
latest
podcast,
one's
yeah.
not that okay.
Oh, okay.
Also, Macy Williams was in.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Who's
She's
Macy
awesome.
Williams?
She's
Uh,
Arya, Game
Arya.
of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
good
She was
actually.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I saw her a few times because
Yeah.
Steph actually watched it all.
Oh, nice. I would recommend it, man.
Yeah.
I would. Like, I mean, I know there's
Definitely.
a shitload of stuff to watch, but like, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, my weekend was pretty alright.
Pretty alright?
Pretty alright. I mean, TV hunting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I've been going down that road as well.
Yeah.
As we did discuss, it's not an easy game, TV hunting. It's one of those things that you find yourself staring at a wall of $15,000 TVs, thinking to yourself, well, maybe I could put it on.
Black
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, so
exactly.
man, I have no idea. Like, but I saw that one TV that we kind of talked about before. It's I think it's an LG OLED like quantum dot equivalent of the LG series, and it's so thin and so light that it can be held up by 4 magnets.
Jeez.
So the way they display it is they have this glass wall and the magnets on the other side, and it's just hanging there by itself with presumably one wire running down it, and you can just walk around, and it's like 65 inches as well, so it's fucking huge,
Man.
and it's fucking like 5 mil thick.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is the best TV I've ever seen. Like the image quality is pretty good as well.
I'd be worried about it, man.
No,
Like,
same,
I'd
yeah.
be so
Exactly.
just,
I'd break it in half by accident.
I'd fucking like have it for a day and then I just stumble into it. Like
I'd
that would be
have
it.
at least 1,000 magnets holding it up.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Fucking-
But it also costs $13,000.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that's fucking chump change, man.
So I was like, yeah, maybe that. But yeah, I'm really torn because as we all do, I think when it comes to like decently expensive purchases, you start looking at these things. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna get something that's good. I'll look at this one, and then when you're especially in a TV shop, you look at the one next to it, and it's like, oh, that's a little bit better, and it only costs a little bit more. And then you're like, oh, well, if I'm already at that price range, maybe I should just go a little bit better and get something even better. And you're like, and then before you know it, you're like, can I justify spending $3,000 on a TV?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
That's
I
exactly
know.
where I'm at. Like, it's
Yeah.
down to that. The problem is, as well, if you get stuck in, like, the mid-range zone, which is arguably where we're not in the ultra.
No.
I'm not going to
No,
be
no.
buying a $13,000 TV anytime soon.
No.
Like, 2 to 3 was my... I actually said, all right, $2,000 is my limit. And then I saw
Yeah.
that TV I mentioned on the weekend, which is like a 75-inch thing. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I could get that. I
And
could.
you're like, it's only
could.
$600 more.
Yeah, and then I tell myself, like, if I split the cost with my girlfriend, it's only an extra $350 more. So, maybe. But yeah, it's down. It's a bad road to walk. That's all
Yeah, I
I'll say.
know.
Because now I'm sitting there being like, look, this 3.3 thousand TV isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. I'm sorry. I gotta wait till the OLEDs come down. But
I know. But
OLEDs
the fucking
are so fucking good.
they are, and
Oh my
the Samsung QLEDs are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but
Like the colors are just.
the colors, man,
Ugh.
fucking right in your eyeballs.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the sad reality is it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, you'll just
Like,
get used to it.
no,
Doesn't
re-
matter.
Yeah, you could buy the shittest TV ever, and you will acclimatize.
Yeah.
and
I'll know
so
the blacks.
yeah,
I'll know
someone will walk
black
in and
as
be
I
like,
could be.
Look at those fucking black. Look at that shit.
You
It's
just walk in and be like, nice grays.
That's basically
That's at least 20% on the
Yeah.
grey scale. What are you talking about?
But I was looking at this one, and it was like it's like an LG TV, and apparently it has some like technology because it's not an OLED. It's actually an IPS, which apparently is notoriously bad for like dark blacks.
Yeah.
But they've got some like special technology in it to make it even darker. But apparently all the reviews are just like, no, shit. But apart from that, they're like, if you can deal with that, it's actually a really fucking good TV. Everything else about it is amazing. It's
Yeah.
just the blacks. And
Yeah.
I'm like, anyway.
Blacks are
TV
pretty
shopping.
important, though, man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they are pretty.
They're
yeah.
pretty important.
They are pretty important.
It's like well, TV shopping is one of those things
No.
that I'm circling the drain though. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to buy
No,
one soon.
I know. I'm gonna have to as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, it wasn't so much on the weekend, but last week was my birthday. as you all
Congratulations,
know.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday for
Woo,
them.
I'm now an old man.
Yep. 27,
Very
man.
old. Yeah. It's divisible by 3.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
And 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And,
Quality age.
that's a solid number, that one,
Yeah.
you know.
But
I'll soon
for
join you, and then soon after that, Dan will join.
yeah,
I'll never join any of you fuckers. You can have 27.
Join me in the 27.
I'm staying here in
group.
26 land. It's cool.
Hey man, it's alright. It's been a
Dude,
E3 happened when I was 27.
Yeah,
It was-
true, yeah.
yeah.
Where were you when you were 27? It was E3 in my mind.
Talking to people at work the other day, and one of my supervisors who's like 30 something, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm turning 27 this year. And he sort of does that whole thing. He's like, man, 27 was the best year.
It's like, fucking really?
Yeah.
Why was that so good?
I don't know. He didn't really
I'm sure.
say.
Yeah, it must be very unique to him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry.
I guess something amazing happened. I
Yeah.
really wanna know
Oh, sorry.
I can't believe
We should just get a new fucking cable and not
Yeah, man.
point this.
what. Maybe just not touch it.
Oh my god.
That would be so much easier.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel so sorry for all of our listeners who just have to do this like.
It's such a bad cable.
Stop touching it.
Hello.
No.
Hey. Yeah, you
Hello?
good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
good.
we're
Yeah,
good.
see?
Yeah.
As soon as you stop touching it.
Yeah, it's not a
Surprising.
bad idea. It's everywhere.
Just don't do that.
Yeah. That's
But yeah, anyway, on my birthday, I went to a really fancy Italian restaurant with my girlfriend, and
Mhm.
it's very nice.
Very
And then we
What's it
also, it was called La Rosa.
Sounds good.
It was good.
That's
I think
my
it's got like a Michelin hat or something.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's in the city. But as I don't know about you guys, well, if you remember, but Wednesday was like the first bad wet day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like, up until that-
I felt really bad because you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I've got something special planned
Yeah.
on the Wednesday night, and I looked outside and it's literally
Oh,
raining
yeah.
sideways. I'm like,
And like, so we caught like a ferry from Manly to the city, so we could like sort of see Vivid coming in. And luckily it was like clear.
Oh.
Like it didn't rain at all while we're on the ferry. So like, this is awesome. So we're outside like looking at it. I'm like, oh, it's really nice. And as soon as we got off the ferry, like instantly monsoons. And we kind of we have to traverse from like Circular Quay to the Strand, if you know what that is.
yeah.
Yep. Which is a decent walk.
Yep.
And it's just fucking bucketing. So like we get there and kind of soaked. go up to the restaurant, this like fancy restaurant, and like wet, and then go into the restaurant. And while we're in there, it's completely clear outside. I'm like, that's always just gonna happen. Great fucking food. I had like lasagna, which was probably the best lasagna I've ever had in my entire life.
That's a big fucking.
Holy shit,
that's
man.
That's a huge deal, man.
I know.
Revelations.
I know.
Here.
But then after that, we went to then we went to the next thing, and lo and behold, as soon as we leave the restaurant, it fucking starts monsooning again, and then it probably stopped while we were inside this next place, which we went to an escape room.
Yeah, right.
And it was probably the best escape room I've been to.
Oh shit!
Right on,
It
man.
was really
Where was
fucking
it at?
cool. It's called Next Level like escape rooms or something.
Get on my levels.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of those.
Yeah.
What was the theme?
So they've only got one room, and the theme was like basically the story is you fall into a portal of like literature. So it's all about like 3 books. It's about Harry Potter, Treasure Island, and Sherlock Holmes.
Awesome.
And it's all about these 3 worlds like colliding, and you're basically trying to get out. And it was really fucking cool because like all the puzzles, like I mean, as any escape room, like it's deviously simple. Like once you figure it out, you're like, oh, of course, oh my god, and like, but it was easy enough that you could figure it out, but also challenging enough. Anyway, and it was all about like going, to Treasure Island to figure out something. Then you go to like the other room, and you of course had to unlock all these things first. But the cool thing about all this was there was an ending. Well, like you solved the room. But then, if you had more time and wanted to, there was like additional objectives you could do.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Bonus
like-
round.
Exactly. So like we solved it, and then the bonus was you can like find like the golden pen, and if you got the golden pen, you can like put it in the thing, and then when you press the portal stone to like get out of the room, if the pen is in there, it also like stops the portal from ever coming back or whatever, forever. Amazing story shit.
Yeah.
But then there was also another one which was even harder, where you had the chance to. Like you could find 3 hidden words, and you could enter these hidden words into like an iPad at the door. And if you did that, something else happened in the story, that sort of thing. Didn't get to that point, but we did get to the point of like the golden pen, and like it was fucking good, man. Like it was just everything was very well put together. Like it felt like a passion project.
Yeah.
Like you go into the Harry Potter room, and apparently all the props were like handmade by the people who put it together.
Totally off license as well. They're like, oh, fuck that shit, man.
Exactly. But they were all like really good, and like the Sherlock stuff as well. Like everything was just very like meticulous and like attention to detail. And the coolest thing about it was the guy who was sort of running the whole sort of room system was. You know how we've been to escape rooms before, and if you need help, you just like help, or they might help you out, and they're like, look in the corner, and you're like, oh, fucking there it is. Every time this guy went to help us, and like sometimes he'd sort of interrupt us, he would actually sort of try to enter the narrative. So he'd be like,
cool.
our heroes realized that they didn't need
that's
to do
awesome.
this kind of thing, and then you'd be like, yeah. It was really fucking good, man.
That's cool.
I've seen that mechanic used in Steph was playing. My Steph was playing a game called Runaway, Twist of Fate. It's like a point-and-click adventure game, and it has an inbuilt help thing because obviously adventure games are fucking bananas, and they just decide to be like, cool, moustache cat, etc. It has a help button, but the help button was not just like go here and do this thing. It was an animated sequence where there would be a person who would be talking to you, the player, being like, well, yes, it was a similar thing in terms of the player realized they needed to do this, but it would be purposefully vague, and so you would be like, okay, I need to be in this type of area, and you can start thinking. But if you hit it again, it gets more and more and more specific. And I thought that was like the best implementation.
Yeah,
of that.
that's really cool.
It's like a really good idea.
And
when
that's
it comes
kind
to
of what this
adventure
guy
games.
was doing as well. Like, there's this point right at the end where I was like, we solved something, and then like we're still in that sort of that puzzle, like in how you have these things where you solve part A and then you go to part B and then C, etc. So it might have been part C, and we're just looking at it being like, no idea. And then he was like, our players realized that maybe that message they decoded before had something to do with it. It's like, fuck, how did I forget about that?
Yeah.
Like how we literally just solved it. Like it just completely exited my memory. And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, and I picked it up and was like, yep, I know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
But it was really cool because like, as I said, we did manage to like beat the next thing like just in time, which like had a really cool like finale. Like this thing came down from the ceiling and
My God.
it was just really cool. I don't really want to tell you too much about the mechanics because I actually think you should go do it.
Oh, I
Like,
wanna
sounds
do
good.
this
We
now.
did it just with the 2 of us and like managed to get through most of it. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Yeah, fuck
It's
yeah,
very
man.
very fucking cool, man.
My first escape room experience, perhaps. One day I'll get there.
Oh, you still haven't done
Still
one.
haven't done an escape room, man. I've
do it,
missed
man.
I've missed the boat, proverbially.
It's like
and
4
literally.
now. Jeez.
Man, you're an escape.
I'm a veteran.
Yeah, exactly. If I ever need to get out of anywhere, man, I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
Especially prison.
Well, this one as well. I remember when we did one before.
Yeah.
I remember saying to you guys afterwards, like, I made the same mistake as I always do, where we just didn't look at the shit in the room.
Yeah.
And then we'd get stuck on something. I did the exact same thing, and then I had to because I told Steph right at the beginning, I was like, all right, we need to do this because I have a habit of doing this. And then halfway through a thing, we got stuck doing that, and then I think the guy was like, said something like, you haven't found all the things in the room yet, and then I was like, oh, fucking, god damn it. Yeah, but no, good. 10 out of 10.
That sounds fantastic,
Would
man.
escape again.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it'd be easy the second time around. Don't be cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do a whole bunch on the weekend. I relaxed to the shit. I went to Time Zone, which is fucking awesome.
That sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was great, man.
Oh, they're
One
like,
at Macquarie.
yeah,
Nice.
it's cool. I recommend it. I mean,
Is it
like,
big?
yeah-ish.
that's pretty big.
Okay.
It was
It was-
where that pet store used to be.
Yeah, or like opposite. There's
Oh,
another
sorry,
one,
opposite. Yeah.
But like, it's good enough for about an hour's worth. So you pay $25, get an hour free game or
Do they
whatever.
have all
the case is.
the old games that used to be at thing?
Some of
The
them I
Wacko
recognize.
Crocs?
Yes, 100% played that
Is
shit.
it still broken as fuck where you can just be like,
Yes.
Do they have
Yep.
Daytona?
100%. No, they don't.
No Daytona.
They've got another game,
the point?
which is called like Ridge X Racer. It's not Ridge Racer, but it's something similar.
That sounds familiar.
And it's made
Time
by
Crisis?
it's made by Nintendo. They have Time Crisis. Time Crisis now has 2 pedals, left and right, and you can change between covers. And it's so
Whoa,
fucking easy now
cool.
because
Yeah.
you just go to the left cover and then you just go to the right cover, and all the enemies are all fucking facing where you just
Oh.
were, and you just shoot them in the side, and then you just go back. And I'm just like, this is insanely easy. Yeah.
gaming it too hard then?
Oh man, yeah, I should just be losing, but whatever. But plenty of the usual stuff. But it's all new. Like you rarely see a new arcade, so it was
Yeah.
kind of cool to just walk around and be like,
Yeah.
wow, look at there's a
What's-
really
whatever
cool
happened
space
to
in this
those,
game.
by the way.
I think
Like,
it died when video
yeah.
games became more
Yeah.
of a
I
thing.
guess so,
You
yeah.
know what surprised the fuck out of me? There wasn't like any VR games there, which
Yeah.
to me,
Considering I've seen them in shopping center just out in the
kiosks and
open.
stuff. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what those are. I should actually
Probably
try
shit.
one. Yeah, probably pretty bad. But
I've seen people walk out and being like, whoa, but
that's the thing. Like that's where arcades and VR just makes sense in my mind, right? Because the VR requires space and expensive equipment.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why arcades were so good back in the day.
because it was exactly the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I
Oh,
think they do.
Did you
Like,
get tickets?
yes, man. Yeah, but not physical tickets, man. There's no such thing as
what's the
physical tickets
point?
you
anymore.
just get them loaded
Yeah.
onto your card.
Yeah.
Lame.
I was kind of looking forward to that fucking.
Yeah.
And do you remember just like you get 5-10 tickets or whatever from a game? You're like, okay, all right, just make sure no one's looking, and you just fucking get down there, you just pull it out a little bit. Just don't tear it, just pull it out, and you can just keep pulling extra tickets out to a certain point.
Yep.
You just go
To
cheap.
game the system, man.
Yeah, it's what you got to do. But
I remember having a whole shit ton of them. Like,
yeah.
Don't know where from. Like maybe a machine was broken or something. It just kept spitting them out.
I mean,
had this,
we probably abused it eventually because we
Yeah.
had access when we were younger too. We found a gold
Yeah,
time zone card.
yeah.
And we didn't know how the person got that time zone card, but it did have a certain amount of just free games every week, right? And it was still active, so we would go to the shops pretty much every week and just play
use
free arcade games,
Great, man.
including things that were rigged and various ticket games. I think I got like maybe a bouncy ball out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
probably,
You
yeah.
know, yeah,
That and going to what was game before Game Wizards?
yeah, dude, Game Wizards.
Game Wizards and playing the free the games they had as the testers for an hour.
That kid,
Just sitting there being like, get out
the
of
kid
here.
behind the counter must have fucking hated
Yeah.
us.
Oh,
Man.
yeah, man.
We hung out in that store for hours,
Yeah.
just being like, yeah,
like
no,
every week we come back.
I'm just gonna play more
That's
WarioWare.
free
you know?
games.
Yeah, it wasn't even real WarioWare. It was WarioWare on a Game Boy adapter
Yeah.
that was inside a GameCube. It was
Quality, man.
It was a time, man, that's for sure. But yeah, I felt like such an adult walking out of that place though, because we had a certain amount of tickets you could get on this unlimited play card or whatever. Like they cap you at 150 each. And we're walking around looking for something to get, and obviously everything's too expensive. And the only thing we could afford was like a set of like milk bottle glasses that were like 300 tickets. And I'm like, yeah, we could get that, but like,
It's kind of shit.
yeah, like should I just get like 20 sticky hands instead? Like what? Like I want to, should I get the bouncy balls and lose them immediately? I don't know, but ended up getting the milk bottles and walking out of there feeling like way too adult,
The milk bottles.
Yeah, like milk bottles,
like
colored milk
Yeah,
bottles
coloured-
to drink
yeah.
out of. They got straws on
Oh.
the top. Yeah,
uh.
yeah. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
hey, it's like at least
Yeah.
worth $5.
I thought you meant like the things you could eat. Then I'd be like, yeah, tell him, man, get those
yeah.
things.
They did have candy on display actually,
Ooh.
and fidget spinners.
Mistake. Oh, is that where you got that?
No,
Oh.
the fidget spinners were way too many tickets. The fidget spinners were like 500 or 600 tickets.
What?
And then
this fat man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it is. But we walked around the corner to Hot Dollar and got it for $6.
Nice.
So that's
Hot. You can't sell things for
Yeah.
more than
I
$1 at
fucking-
Hot Dollar.
I fucking know. I had the same problem walking in. I'm like, none.
Nah.
It's
I
not
would have
cool.
walked straight out of there.
Yeah, just
Hot
fine.
Dollar apparently is $6.
Yeah, well, that's the hottest dollar of all. But I spent a fuck ton of time doing two other things, which is going to take up the majority of the rest of our podcast. Jamie, pick a number out of 1 to 10.
7.
All right, we're talking about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds first because I spent a fucking long ass time playing that video game.
I too have played that a lot. In fact,
It's great.
I can't remember the last Dota game I played
Yeah.
because that has sort of taken
I
over.
played one yesterday before you got on,
Yeah,
and
played
it was
some
terrible.
Yep.
And we went straight back to. Oh, actually, I did play Steelbreaker though.
Oh, you
yeah.
motherfucker!
Oh, sorry, you guys weren't online.
No,
and
no,
Dan
no.
wasn't
Yeah.
online either. So.
I wasn't home yesterday.
And I imagine you haven't
And I
finished
figured
it.
then we wouldn't have got time today as well.
Yeah, true.
It's
I
good though. We should
Let's do it
definitely
again.
try it out. Yeah.
Why don't
have
we
you
try
finished it at all? Or?
What's that?
Have you finished
No.
it? Because
Why-
I've heard it's
We
like
got very close after like we tried. Me and Alan basically tried
Is it
like 10 times.
5-player?
4.
4.
I
Excellent.
think the final boss is like almost like a raid kind
Yeah.
of.
Well,
right?
there's
Well,
a few like.
Why don't we
Basically
stream it
right.
next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
keen.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe get Morgan to dial in.
Ha,
Come on, man. Get to a net cafe. You can do it.
But yeah,
Let's go try it before
We
it
can
dies.
get onto that after PlayerUnknown.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, obviously, that's not a new game. It's something I did mention briefly last week. But we got to talk at length about it because I've played like 25 hours of that game now.
That's the same, man.
Nice.
That's a crazy amount. It's
Yeah.
a worrying amount.
Yeah, it is.
I can't
It
get
is
that
very
game
worrying.
out of my head. It's
Yeah.
Have you started looking like online for strategies and shit?
no, not quite.
I
No.
saw one video about strategy, and it's like always pick right.
Yes,
Always peek right.
I saw the
never
same
peek
video.
left.
Oh no, I heard about
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
because you can't. You have
Yeah.
to like stick your nose out, whatever the case is. But
Yeah.
man, that game is fucking.
It's great.
Great.
Yeah.
It is great.
It's obviously got its
Except-
fair share of flaws.
Except when you're on Dan's team, and literally his only strategy is like, let's get in the car and just drive straight in.
Hey. Okay, look, there was one game. Yes, that happened.
It was amazing. Though,
The
I gotta
the
say.
second game,
That was-
I said the words Mad Max.
Yeah.
You guys said yes. That is your
It
fault.
was. We were driving along a road and we had plenty of time to get to the thing, and in the distance we see two cars coming towards us on the road, and then we just see them start running into each other. They were obviously fighting, and then that's when Dad said Mad Max or whatever it was.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Fury Road. You know, you just gotta
Yeah.
go the way. It's
What happened?
Okay.
We drove straight in, ran into them, and I believe me and Dan immediately got killed.
Yeah, they
Because they were shooting.
yeah. And
Well,
then
you're not shooting.
I was shooting,
Oh, okay.
but like because
it's very hard to shoot out of a car.
It
in
is.
that game. They got out and just
Oh,
murdered us
okay.
before we got out.
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Maybe they must have had like looked at each other across the cars and be like, "Truce, let's kill this motherfucker."
Yeah, this guy's getting off in a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's look, it's a fucking fantastic game. Obviously, I mentioned the things I liked about it a little bit last week. But tell us about you guys' feelings. What do you guys feel about it? What do you your ways and means, Jamie? Prior to you playing,
Yeah, man, I was
last
pretty
week.
against it.
Yeah,
Well, just because I was like, I don't think it's a bad game, and I never
your
did
kind
think it
of
was bad.
The
Yeah,
genre is overdone.
I just didn't think I'd like that genre. Like I'd played DayZ before and like Rust and things like that, and I've just always kind of been like, like it feels so.
Why?
exploitative. I didn't touch it. My headphone cable moved.
Okay.
Go on.
No, it just feels like. I mean, I know it's the same as Dota. Like you finish a game of Dota and nothing has progressed. Nothing's changed.
You don't feel like,
But yeah, and I'm sure there is definitely skill to this game, but I also like some of it. I just feel like, what the fuck? This is just bullshit. This is just luck and blah blah blah. Anyway, I feel like this game is just so much more polished, and the fact that there are so many fucking people playing it just makes it the thing to play right now.
Yeah, it's hot, right?
it is really
it's
fucking
happening.
hot.
I do love the strategy of just getting out of the. Oh, first of all, where the hell are you going to get out of the plane?
Yeah.
And second of all, you're on the way down and you just see like another squad coming down.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
in,
you're like,
and
shit.
all right, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah,
guys."
yeah. No, and like Dan and I were just
Yeah.
playing a game earlier, and we had the exact same thing. We were like, we chose a destination, we're flying down, we're like, we're alone, this is good. And then like, obviously all the parachutes come up, and you're like, oh no, we're not alone, we're not alone. And it's like, all right, let's just run here. You get this. We'll meet up here, and we'll try to fight these motherfuckers.
So like, I think there's some problems with the game, but like with those aside, I think it's pretty fantastic. Like, it's the first time I played one of these types of games, so it's hard for me to
Same.
comment on like how innovative it is, I suppose. But there are certain things about it which are like these nice skill cap things that I think are like that you only get from something. I've described this game as a mod with a coat of paint, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's that sense of like. It's raw, and I say that as a positive thing, right? It's raw in the same way that Dota's raw, in the same way that so many of these games that we've played are, because it's like little things that almost feel like glitches, or things that need to be polished out, or things that maybe they'll change, turn into skill things, like all the cars spawn east, for example. It's little things like that make the game kind of rewarding from that, oh, I've learnt this now, I can purpose this knowledge.
Exactly, yeah.
It turns the game into a little bit more of a like, while I suppose there's an initial loop of like, there are frustrating things like, you spend 5 minutes scavenging and then get headshot, and you're like, well, that fucking sucks because I didn't have
landing somewhere and then being like, well, the circle's on the other side of the map.
Yep.
The rest of my game is literally just driving or running.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And but sometimes those games can be good. Like, I like the sense of isolation that game gives you.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
like playing it solo was still as fun as playing it squad.
Awesome.
Even though it was a completely different feel of a game, you know what I mean? Like the sense of just complete silence, just listening out for any footstep or any motion is I don't know. It's a form of isolation I actually really enjoy getting in a game that, like, because there's real people out there trying to murder my ass, kind of gets amplified. I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do really like the fact that you, as you said, like the isolation aspect where you're by yourself. You just, for the longest time in this game, you might not see or hear anyone.
Yeah.
So you almost get into this just like scavenging, almost like Last of Us zone, and then you do hear footsteps, and you go, "What the fuck?"
The excitement goes through
exactly,
the roof,
and then part of you also realizes that this isn't a bot.
Yeah.
This is another fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the cool thing I like about
It's
that game.
a scary thing that's like, I suppose the core of so much FPS shooting loop is they could see me, they could know where I am at, they could have vision on me, and I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
And especially the way that the sound works in the game. I'm sure there's a certain skill to it. I don't have that skill firmly. I just get shot. I'm like, I'm being shot.
Just
left,
running across
right?
a field, and then all of a sudden you just get shot.
Yep. I
It's
mean,
fucking
like, I've only played like far less than what you guys have played, maybe a couple of hours, but even then you can start to see it happening. Like, now when you get shot, you're like, all right, I'm pretty sure it was from over there.
Yeah. You start paying attention. Where did the bullet hit?
Exactly.
Where's
Whereas the first game we played, I was like, I can't see anything. I can't see movement. Everyone looks the same. Everything looks the same.
The first time we had Firefight, I think on our stream, fairly confident, we all just started yelling. Everyone's like, oh, there's someone, hit the fucking ground. Someone close the fucking door. It's just, it's super intense. It's
there are, I mean, like, we sort of talked about this offline. The one thing I would like to see in it, and you've definitely brought this up as well, Dan, is like the whole gun range thing.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't understand the shooting. Like, we literally just played a game then, and like these two guys that like snuck into the house that we were into, like we had them on the back foot. Yeah. So like Dan sort of jumped down and was gonna pincer him, and I was walking down the stairs. They hadn't seen me. I was sneaking down the stairs. I saw this guy. He was facing the wrong way. I shot him in the back. He turned around, and like I was like, shit, because I had like a assault rifle out. So I sort of backed up the stairs, got my shotgun out, waited for him to walk up the stairs. As he walked up the stairs, shot him twice with my shotgun, and then I just died from full health and was like, I don't understand how that happened. I don't.
I mean, like, they're, whether or not this is one of those cases, who knows, but there is cheating prevalent in the game.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, because a lot of the stuff is done
then
client
I'd
side.
also really like to know, like, if like the blood clouds that come out when you shoot people, is that client side? And in which case, maybe I didn't shoot him, and maybe my game thought I shot him. I don't know.
True.
Like,
I mean,
and I need to know this stuff, because otherwise I just look at it and go like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know how to get better.
That feedback isn't perfect. Yeah, as you said, like this afternoon, you're like, I wish there was a console or something. I could see how much did I hit him for.
Exactly. Like, because I'm fine with being killed, but it's just like if you get nothing out of it, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you get caught running across a field for something or something like that, you kind of feel like, I mean, for the most part, being jumped positionally feels like it's mostly your responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, I've played many games over the weekend where it was like, okay, I'm going to make a risky decision. I'm going to try and run across this field. And if I can get there, I'll be good. But I start getting shot at halfway through, and I die, and I lose all my weapons. And of course, initially there's that frustration of like, fuck, I had a really good weapon.
Yeah, but
I
I shouldn't have done that.
It's like totally my fault.
Exactly.
It comes back to me. I think the amount that the map starts to feed back to you. My first few games, I had no idea where anything was. Just visually. But
It's such a big map.
But it happens pretty quickly.
Yeah.
In terms of just like understanding the layout of the major markers, especially around the military base and stuff like that. You can have some really cool experiences of knowing that stuff and starting to put a piece together that, okay, everyone's on the military base. They're all going to have to funnel through one of these bridges. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to camp the bridge. And I did that, and it was great. I got 3 kills. It was fucking tops. And then someone ran me over. So, nothing guaranteed.
Win some, lose some.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's all about, just every time I get a kill, I'm like, all right, this is a successful game.
No, but it's just, like, from the faults it has, like, I'm like, it's the fucking most alpha game in the world,
100%.
so I'm not going to shit on it.
Yeah.
And it is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And ultimately, that's all I care about. Like, at the moment, I'm turning my computer on and going, is anyone around to play PlayerUnknown's? Yeah. Whereas, a couple weeks ago, I was like, let's fucking play some Dota.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's good to have something that has that appeal. That is also short games potentially.
Yeah, I do like that as well, because I also like the fact that it is a team game, like when we play it as a squad or whatever. But if I have to go, I
Doesn't
can go.
fucking matter. Yeah.
Like,
You just
in
drop the
fact,
controller. You did.
I did.
You did do
So,
that. Yeah.
I was last Thursday night. Was Thursday night? Must have been Thursday night. No, Saturday. It was Saturday.
It was Saturday.
It was Saturday, and I was playing with my brother Dan and
It was Alan.
Alan. Or,
Yeah.
No, it was Dill.
Okay.
Yeah, still. So anyway, so the four of us, and we were in the squad, and like right at the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, I might have to go at some point in this game because like Steph's coming over, and then like literally a minute later, I had like the buzzer went off. I was like, oh, okay, later, and I was kind of like talking to her, but also kind of just playing every now and then. And I just set my dude to like auto run. So I don't know if you guys what your perspective was, but I can assume it was only like, all right, he's gone, let's go do this, and then I just sort of ran.
You just see him running across the field. You're like, all right, Jamie's back. Yeah. No, he's not. He's running into a tree now.
And then what happened in my experience was I was sort of watching you guys, but just doing my own thing, and then like I just decided to bolt for like when the field started shrinking, and like Dill was in a house like in the distance, he got killed, and like my brother went down and Dan was somewhere else, and I just ended up next to a Jeep, and I was like talking to Steph, and I was like, all right, I need to do this. And I just got into the Jeep and I like drove back to my brother and blocked the bullets, and then got him up, and then like we drove to Dan and got him up, and I was like, yeah,
This
and then
is awesome.
And then I think we all got killed by some stupid thing
Immediately
but,
afterwards.
But
Yeah.
it was just that's what I love about that game. Like there's little story things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost similar to that we were discussing Zelda recently as well. With that sense of you build those kind of like, oh, I just narrowly avoided a fight, and then I went over a hill, and then I fucking drove something into
like,
another wall.
There was another one we were playing a game, and you might have been this one in Sun actually. And Dylan had a car, and he was coming back for us to pick us all up because we weren't going to make it to the border in time. And he jumps over this mountain, and he's like pretty far in the distance, and I'm just running in a straight line, and he just fucking runs over me. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
It was great. It was great. It was
so funny to watch.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
And then like another game we were playing, Dylan and I were in a car, and we drove about 5 meters, and then he flipped it, and we're like, fuck, all right, it's okay. Dan and his brother have a car, they can come back and get us. And they were in the safe zone. They drove like halfway out of the safe zone and then flipped their car. And then we all got fucked.
Yep. That's that game, man.
Yeah. Great game.
Some of my memorable moments is running over a dude who was prone in a field. I didn't even know it was there. That was good.
Just like Dan killed us.
Yep, that was fantastic. Once over the weekend, I walked away from my computer. There was about 20 people left. I was on the outskirts of the circle. I was prone in some long grass, and I was just going to wait for a minute or two. So I got up and I stretched, and I was bragging to my girlfriend about how far into the game I am. And then I started getting shot, and so she just started laughing. I ran back to my computer and got one shot off and died. I'm like, I deserve that. I 100% deserve that. And then the other night, I believe it was you, myself, Alan, and Dylan, and we had a game legitimately reach its final conclusion. The circle gets quite small in the final moment.
Yeah.
Oh, so
in the house.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what happened is
final circle.
Yeah.
the final circle is probably about, would you say, 10 meters across?
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, maybe that.
And it stays on that. You just
Yeah,
you just don't get any more notifications, right? And so we're sitting there. It's a 3-story building.
Yeah.
We're in the middle floor. It's
Oh,
myself and
man.
Alan left.
There's a squad of 4 on the roof, and then squad of 3 below
us, right? And so we're
was a
sitting
standoff.
there, and everyone's just still. And the circle's getting smaller and smaller, and then all of a sudden no one can go up or down because all the staircases are being watched. You can't go outside because the circle is too small.
Yeah.
So it's just this stairwell is the final fight. So we sit there for ages, and eventually Alan gets impatient. He walks up the stairs.
You hear a couple of shots.
Yeah.
And then I was dead at this time, and it was just Alan and Dan, and I just see. I think Alan just start running up the
He's
stairs.
just like, I'm fucking going. He bolts up the stairs. He manages to get
3 of them.
Three of them
Three
down,
of them,
right?
well
He
done.
like they were just on a
Shotties.
stairwell with
Yeah.
shotgun, and
Yeah.
he just fucking destroyed them. I went around the corner, and then one guy popped around the corner trying to shoot Alan. I took the bullets. I went down, and then Alan was in the stairwell. The guy was coming up around the left-hand side, and Alan started pushing out to the stairwell. And at exactly that moment, the game was like, game's over, and the circle just started shrinking again, down to literally 0. Like literally, it goes all the way down to 0. Yeah. And we witnessed that, and Alan
2
died.
guys, yeah.
Everyone else died thanks to the field immediately, and someone
And
randomly
one.
got
Whoever
first
was just
position.
there.
Whoever was
Yeah.
closest, yeah.
That's hilarious.
But it was fucking crazy.
That's cool, man.
It was really cool.
I'm glad
right?
it does do that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you could theoretically just sit there forever.
Yeah.
And no one will win. So.
I had a big fight in the fucking water because there was the circle was mostly in the water, and so I was swimming around in the water with a couple of other people. You can't attack each other in the water,
No.
so it was a pretty stupid time. As is the case with a lot of that game, it's a pretty fucking stupid time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's PlayerUnknown's.
That's PlayerUnknown's.
We will talk about it more as the weeks go on.
Maybe this is a good segue into E3 as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
definitely
because speaking of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, he appeared at E3.
He did.
He just fucking rocked up at E3. But fuck it, it's E3, the Electronic 3, the one and the only.
Electronic 3.
The Electronic 3.
The, what is it? Entertainment.
Entertainment. The Electronic Entertainment Expo. Yes. We've had many games talked about. Heaps of shit has come out. I suppose big things. We'll talk about some big stuff that stuck out for me, and then maybe we'll just go through some of the games that stuck out. So most important one at the start, Xbox and Scorpio.
The Xbox, yeah.
The Xbox One X.
The box
Not
sucks.
to be confused with the Xbox One S. Some excellent naming there. I feel like he almost said it incorrectly on the stage as well. You know,
It's probably like this. What the fuck have we done?
Getting tongue-tied. So that's Scorpio's final name for those playing at home. As powerful as they've said, their whole storyline for it is very much like, this is the most powerful console ever.
Yeah, it's like on the planet or something.
Yeah, they're like, it's
Did you watch the release video for it, where it's just like going inside the CPU? It's
welcome to our techno-lust future.
Jesus Christ, man.
They're going fucking deep. But look, that's their message, and they're selling it pretty well. And they tried pretty hard to counter the whole, yeah, that's great, man, but like you don't have any games. And they said, we're going to be showing 43 games at the press conference. And everyone's like, woo! Yeah. It's just like, all right, here's some fucking games that have been out for a while.
A lot of
How
them.
much did they say it was going to be as well?
It's like $649 Australian.
It is
so
$4.99 US. That's a pretty rough price point for what it is.
That's a lot of money for a console, man.
It is. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
nowadays,
that's what the Switch is with the Pro Controller, a Zelda, accessories, etc. And that was expensive.
And you got to remember that they are really far behind, right?
Sure.
Like they are fucking notably behind. People are saying you might need to sell this console at a loss to regain some of your market share.
Yep. I'm sure they already are selling it at a loss.
Yeah,
because people typically sell consoles at a loss
and trying to make money back on the software. Yeah. I'm interested to see. Like, I'd love to know what Microsoft is really thinking at that top tier, because obviously, Xbox isn't. It's not. They're happy if you don't have an
exactly,
Xbox.
and that's what I was gonna say. Like all if not all of their games that I saw were like coming to exclusive to Xbox and Windows 10.
Yeah, that's anything that's like the major first party releases.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There are some things which fall into this weird category of being Xbox
exclusives, yeah.
But chances
not
are
the big ones though.
Like Microsoft doesn't have as much of a reason to pay their clients outright and say, keep this on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Go ahead, release it on PC. Fuck it.
Yeah,
have a wider
exactly.
audience. We want, if it's on Windows, we're fine.
It is kind of a weird thing. I guess it is. Maybe they're just trying to hit that high-end gamer who doesn't classify themselves as a PC gamer, which is fair enough, I guess. I think the real question is like, would you buy a PS Pro? PS4 Pro?
When I get a 4K TV, that's where it starts becoming appealing.
Okay, and that's what I was going to say, because obviously we're both looking at 4K TVs at the moment, and like as I was starting to look, I'm like, should I get a 4K console?
I would say yes. Like I think honestly,
because I don't really use my consoles.
Okay, maybe not.
But that's what like.
Hey man, Horizon got some DLC.
Mate.
And that apparently is a game which looks amazing at 4K.
Fucking keen. And that's the thing. Like, am I gonna do that stupid thing like I did for Halo and go and buy the Elite Halo box? Am I gonna get the 4K Horizon box? Like,
I mean, maybe if you find yourself playing some more console games in the future, but if not,
we'll see. I mean, like, I probably will. It's just that generally, and I'm sure you guys are the same. Like, if you can play it on PC instead, I'll get it on PC.
Yeah, it's just a more powerful system, right?
Yeah, and it also means like it'll probably be on Steam, which means it'll be digitally locked to my account, so I don't have to worry about losing the DVD or scratching it or whatever. Like,
do you know though? I have an interesting question. HDR is obviously one of these big selling points of both the consoles as well as these TVs, 4K, right? Yep. And I wonder if there's anything special about consoles which allows you to do HDR, or you can do HDR on the PC, because I don't actually know.
I'm not sure at all.
Surely,
because it does say like exclusively like for example, Xbox like available in Xbox 4K and HDR.
Yeah, they have all those logos they slap on everything now.
Specifying that it almost seems like the HDR is a separate component.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, sure.
I mean, you can do 4K on PC.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can do anything on PC. You know, at the end of the day, it's
Xbox is a PC.
Yeah. So it's not like there's a huge amount to it, but that like the Scorpio is a cool proposition. If you've got a 4K TV, if you don't have an Xbox, if you don't want to hook up your living room PC, if you want a situation,
a shit ton of money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people probably don't want to hook up a TV to their computer, right? There's plenty of people who want that.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I know. I'll do it to the day I die, but there's a lot of people who just don't want to deal with it. There's fewer and fewer people every every day who know how to build a PC, you know? And in the near future, it's not going to be something that is necessarily that important to be a PC gamer even, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And I think that's the sort of transition they're going for, isn't it? Like this whole UWP thing. Like, they'll just sell Microsoft gaming boxes in the future, which will effectively be gaming PCs.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird they still call it the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like
X.
just fucking just call it the Xbox.
Xbox Ox.
Yeah,
Xbox
fucking-
Ox.
Hey man, you know they solved the X-Bone problem. Though,
They did.
Right?
They
They're like,
solved the X-Bone.
They're like, cool, we got it locked down. But yeah, it's an exciting
Yeah.
console. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, whether or not you need one is probably
If
Yeah,
Halo
I
comes
would
out,
say.
we'll need one.
yeah.
4K Halo? You know, it would be fucking pretty.
It-
Dude,
would
if
be
it's on
beautiful.
PC, man, fucking
Yeah.
please.
Oh yeah, if it's on
Yeah.
PC.
Well, so, you know, okay, to sort of jump E3 topics, like, so they talked more about Destiny.
Yeah, they did.
So Destiny is, as we know, is coming out on PS4 like a month earlier than PC.
I believe console is also.
Yeah.
I think it's also
Yeah.
getting.
Oh,
on
sorry,
same
Xbox.
day,
But I think Xbox is slightly behind.
I think
PS4,
the
isn't it?
yeah, it could be, but the big difference is just that PS4 has the exclusive.
It
content
does.
that they were talking about.
But
This year.
you're right. It's console. So yeah, Destiny 2, PS4.
That's
or,
now an interesting question.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's a month, man.
Yeah,
And the problem is that, like, at the moment, Destiny 2 doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be packed with a fuckload of content, right?
Yeah.
Surely they fixed their pipeline. Surely they'll be able to pump more in.
Mm.
But with that said, if it's anything similar to Destiny 1 at all, the extra strike and extra content you got from PS4 was like a fucking quarter of the fucking endgame content.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty notable.
The story that they seem to be pitching does look really cool. So I can only assume that story has an end in the launch content. Surely.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't, I'd be very disappointed.
Made by Taken King people, right? So you'd hope that
it's got to be
does.
something.
Sounds like it's. I mean, it's going to be cohesive. Like, surely
Yeah.
they've learned their lesson from Destiny 1. Like,
You'd hope so.
They
what,
sold
4
enough.
years on it or something.
yeah, 3. I think they sold enough and were able to, you know, hopefully make back some of their money. But you know, obviously the critical reception was such that they we're lucky to get a Destiny 2. Is all I'm going to say, right?
Yeah,
If critical opinion actually mattered,
Mm.
Destiny would have died on the
yeah,
first
100%.
go around. But their marketing budget.
But they were
was-
like, no, 10 years of content.
yeah, exactly.
Well, they're the way through it.
But that was the big thing out of the Microsoft conference. Obviously, plenty of games, but that was the big hardware reveal for them.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about VR. The only people to talk about VR were Ubisoft, mother-
Ubisoft.
and PlayStation, or Sony PlayStation,
Yeah, PlayStation.
Who was doing
Bethesda. As
Yeah,
well.
Bethesda.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Skyrim.
Yeah. So on the VR front, Skyrim
Skyrim's on the
everywhere.
Switch.
Skyrim had, I think, 3 releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 releases. It's Skyrim Switch,
Switch,
Skyrim
Skyrim
VR,
VR.
and I think there's maybe it's just
Skyrim.
I
2.
think it's just 2.
No, there was definitely something else.
Was there something else?
Yeah, 100%.
I can't remember what it was though. It may
It
have been
was-
on the.
Oh, I do remember seeing. Yeah.
I don't know. What
Something to do with mobile?
Yeah.
Oh no! Well, there was an Elder Scrolls game. Yeah, there was a card game. They're basically doing Hearthstone. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, here you go, fucking
Everyone's doing
get on
Hearthstone.
that money. But yeah.
Yeah.
Skyrim still alive and kicking. Turns out after fucking 6 years, 7 years, which is fucking
It'll
worrying.
never
Yeah.
die.
Also, can we just talk for a second about the Link DLC in that Skyrim trailer? Did you guys see it?
I did
No.
not.
If you get Skyrim on the Switch, there's exclusive costume for your Dovahkiin,
Yeah.
which is just some of the Link stuff out of fucking out of Breath of the
Out of
Wild,
Wild.
and it looks so bad. It looks like someone's bad drawing of Sonic, but just personified. It's just terrible. But you know, yet another reason to play Skyrim. That said, I saw that Switch thing, and I thought to myself, maybe I'll pick up Skyrim on the Switch. You know?
Yeah.
Because like I didn't ever play a lot of it.
You know
on
what?
PC.
I was actually thinking the same thing. So I have been more and more thinking I will buy a Switch. Like, whether or not that is now or I wait until the inevitable price drop, I probably will buy one.
Yeah.
I'd probably wait until there's another game worth playing. But I'm just loving this ability to pick it up and play it wherever I am.
It's a nice
Fucking great,
package, man.
The only thing I would like is I feel like the docking stand thing could be way smaller than what it is. I feel like you could buy a portable dock that you could just keep in your backpack, which all it is just an HDMI out.
Yeah.
And it could be like, you know, this big.
I agree.
I want that.
I agree.
And I reckon people will make them.
Some people are.
And
already,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get one when I get one, and then that way I can bring it with me. And when I'm at work or something, and I want to play on the fucking projector, you
Yeah.
just bang,
Yeah.
and then you go instant console plugs into it.
Exactly.
Like I'm all about that.
That's something
cool.
that you wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo put something out themselves.
I,
Right?
I'm surprised they haven't already.
Another thing, if we're griping about the Switch dock, I would love to be able to lie it down. I would love to be able to have it on its side. Like every other fucking console, having to stand it up is a little bit more of a footprint. That's kind of annoying.
Exactly, and that's why I think the dock should like it'd be much more. It could just be like literally a crappy cable, and you just put the thing there and put it out of sight, out of mind.
But it's a good console, man.
No, it is. And yeah, so you're right. Like I'd never finished Skyrim, so maybe that will be something I'll pick up because I can play portable Skyrim.
Okay,
or maybe you should
get
a Switch.
Get a Switch
Skyrim.
done. Come on, we'll do it. Yeah.
Or PSVR and play. Wait, is it PSVR?
It's PSVR.
Yeah, PSVR. Yeah. And look, honestly, PSVR Skyrim would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
because like I played a little bit of Oculus 2, DK2,
Skyrim.
Dodgy ass Skyrim
that
VR.
That made me fucking sick, man. I was so ill.
It was cool though. I was like, I can see potential in this. So if you've got someone polishing it, then I'm sure it's very fucking.
Hey
cool.
man, remember who's polishing it. Just remember who's polishing it. This isn't a team known for their polished experiences, so we'll see what happens.
You can climb up the mountains like the horse.
Yeah, exactly. That's the dream, right? They found out how to get around motion sickness. Just fucking just glitch your way through walls.
Slide around the world.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Exactly as your brain expected.
No, that's true.
Apart from that, there was no other major hardware at the show at all. No. So there's no PS5 or anything to be spoken of.
No VR second generation.
Nothing quite there on that level.
I think they're ready for second
No, I don't think anyone was really expecting any hardware except for the Xbox Ox.
Yeah, and look, it was a good show. Phil Spencer did a pretty good job of holding that whole thing down and being like, yeah, we're selling the original one, Xbox One S for $250 and the Xbox One X for $500. No mention of the original Xbox, so presumably it can't be sold. So hold on to your thing. Hold on to your Xbox.
It's exclusive now.
It'll be fucking worth lots of money soon. But
in like million years.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of VR games, let's just talk about what was showcased at the show, starting with Bethesda. We had Doom VFR.
You know, I was looking at that, and that looks fucking cool.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, right? Like I was watching Giant Bomb stream, and they were kind of like ragging on a little bit, and I was sitting there like, look, I respect your guys' opinion, but I think you're wrong.
I think it'd be fun
because like it was a teleport mechanic, right? And like
I thought that made it look awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the teleport mechanic is kind of overplayed, I think, in most VR shooters. And they'll talk about the locomotion. It's obviously like a little disappointing because I think
But again, what else can you do?
Exactly.
It is really hard to come up with something else.
Yeah. But the thing is, with the way that Doom plays,
exactly,
it's perfect.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
just jumping around, shooting everyone.
Jump somewhere else. Yeah. And especially like they were using it like at the top of a jump pad. Yeah. It was a jump pad and then he teleported, and I was like, it's kind of more like a dash now as opposed to teleport.
Exactly.
And that felt kind of nice. Like until we see it and play it.
And that's what I was gonna say. Maybe this would be one of the things that if it's done well, like executes nicely, they'll play it and be like, actually, totally awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean they're not making an opinion until they play it, I don't think. But it's one of those things that like. It's cool to see a company as big as Bethesda throwing their might behind a VR product, even though it's a reskin of an existing game. I want to see what Doom actually feels like in VR.
Same,
you know, I would,
same.
and I'd hope like the trailer didn't make me look. It didn't look as good as the original Doom.
No.
In terms of like the levels, it was all very much like in shadow and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's probably how they get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a problem with them being able to, because obviously that game was beautiful, but obviously very finely tuned to run as well as it did. So I mean, interested to see what that's going to be like. I think that is probably my most.
Assuming all these are PS4 exclusives, though.
No, not at all. No, this was during the Bethesda conference. Yeah. The only thing that was PS4 exclusive would be Skyrim.
Skyrim VR.
Yeah. Which
there were some other games announced.
There are other games. Yeah, there's obviously the Fallout 4 VR.
That was also Bethesda.
I just thought all the VR stuff was PS4 exclusive.
No, there was I think about 5 or so PS1s announced, PSVR.
PS5. Yeah, they had like a whole block of VR
cool.
stuff.
So we can actually play that.
Yep. Yeah. Sweet. And Fallout 4 VR looks interesting. I mean, a game I hadn't gotten too far into. It's not the kind of game which, like, say, the shooting and interacting with the world is necessarily that great. It's an RPG, and it's kind of, I think to myself when I'm doing it, I'm like,
I just don't think it lends itself to being that good in VR.
Shooting has never been great. Like Fallout 4 definitely had the best shooting in Fallout for a while. But it's not fantastically fun. Might be better in VR, who knows? But I'm again reserving judgment until we can actually play it. But cool to see.
Now is Fallout VR going to be a separate product to just Fallout?
Yeah, I believe so.
So you have to repurchase the game.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if I will, because I just wasn't that invested in Fallout.
Yeah.
I announced any prices for both of these?
No.
I imagine it'll be full prices though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'd be nice to. It'd kind of be nice. It's like if you own the game,
have a discount,
get a discount kind of thing. But you know, who actually knows how they're going to go?
Yeah, I just to me, because people have been talking about Fallout VR for a while.
Yeah,
to me, it just seems like this is going to sell because Fallout's a big franchise and people want it. for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
People-
not breaking any like boundaries or anything.
It's like you know, at least it's not an experience. You know, that was the it was like, oh, we're making a Batman VR game.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, you're making
No,
a Batman
you're
VR
making
experience.
experience,
It's a
yeah.
very different thing.
Yes.
On top of that, PlayStation announced a few more games as well. Those
List 'em.
were.
I also have a list here somewhere.
You've got them right there. Oh, there's Star Child, which is a side-scrolling sci-fi game. I don't know if you guys saw.
Cool. No.
No, I skimmed over a
yeah,
lot
I-
of the smaller ones.
I looked
Yeah.
at the names. I didn't actually read.
It doesn't look
Didn't
particularly
know.
great. Bravo Team, which looks like the most generic first-person shooter in the world. Honestly, just generic. Didn't do anything special for me.
Sounds pretty generic. Not
Yeah.
even Alpha Team, Bravo Team.
But the one thing we haven't talked about, the most important one of all, Final Fantasy 15 fishing
Mo-
VR.
no, Monster. What is it?
Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunt? Something?
Something.
It's called some like stupid name, and yeah, it's just fucking fishing.
I fucking.
It's just fishing.
I love the audacity. I love it. It's a
fucking ridiculous.
Why is it in the Final Fantasy universe? Why?
Because there's a
Sells.
massive fishing mechanic in Final
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Okay, all right.
But no one wants that. No one
Dude,
wants
maybe
that.
you
I don't
maybe
know.
you really want it. You know,
No.
maybe you
This is the
really
No,
only
no, no.
way to get
No,
me
no.
hooked on Final Fantasy.
Alright.
I was watching the video,
Alright.
the trailer for it, because I was like, oh, Final Fantasy content, it's probably some DLC. And I start watching it, and I'm
You're
like,
like,
is this
what the
literally fucking fishing? And like the top comments were just some guy being like, I've never been more disappointed than anything in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Like, what the fuck?
I don't-
Why are they doing this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe like that VR. Let's just fucking throw them a bone, right? Let's just sure.
Yeah,
All right, fishing.
fuck
Sure.
that. I think
they're fucking
they're
trolling.
cooked.
Yep,
They're
100%.
cooked.
They're done. But no, I mean that was cool. Ubisoft had a few VR games as well, but I'm having trouble remembering them off the top of my head. Did you guys see the fucking? It was Elijah
Yes,
Wood's
yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that,
it-
man?
What
it's
was
a
this? I didn't
thriller
see this.
VR. It's.
I'm not even
called-
sure,
one
dude.
sec.
I'm not even sure if it's VR.
No, it's called Transference.
Transference, right?
It's an Elijah Wood VR thriller. That was all. That was basically announced.
Upon go on.
Yeah, no, like basically they showed like a minute clip, and it's just Elijah Wood and some other random.
It's really
guy.
fucking creepy.
Yeah, like
I
it's.
think when I started researching VR and I
Yeah.
realized it go into your head and it's like it's really fucking weird. And then it pulls out of the screen and there's more screens and then
Yeah.
there's you're inside Elijah Wood's brain and it's
Is it actually Elijah Wood?
it's actually
yeah,
Elijah
100%.
Wood. 100%
He is-
Elijah Wood.
He is the co-owner or
Yeah.
co-founder or whatever
Yeah.
it is of the company that's making Transference.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
okay.
That's all that's
Interesting.
announced about the game. The name.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. They're like we're not ready to
My-
say anything else about.
My
the game
favorite
yet.
take on that has to be though that the whole thing isn't even a VR game. It's just
It's
a
just
VR
Elijah Wood.
setting. It's just like him being like, "No, fuck it, man. Let's just cash on this VR money." There was actually some VR featured in I may mention House of Cards.
Ah,
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah, like one of the characters is actually undergoing some treatment stuff with it, and I'm like, that's pretty cool, right? That's the first time I've seen it being used in mainstream media, really, which is either a good or a bad thing, fucking I don't know. But we had heaps of other games discussed as well.
Did you guys see Wolfenstein?
Yes. Okay, let's fucking talk about Wolfenstein.
Monsters of the Deep. That's the Final Fantasy concept.
That's a fucking stupid.
Because I was like, oh, it's going to be like, about fighting new monsters. No.
No dice, unfortunately.
Technically, you are fighting.
Yeah, well, they were
Yeah,
some
I
pretty
saw
fucking massive fish.
Yeah, I
man.
saw
That
one of
was-
them kill you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
That's a sad ending to the fishing game.
Yeah,
I was
so
really wondering if like the end of the trailer was going to be, and like, if you can't catch it, you have to fight it or something. But
But Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I didn't even realize till afterwards. But did you catch some of the things you could actually do during the trailer? Like some of the things in the trailer, I didn't realize. And then I read the comments afterwards, and it's like, are you on a wheelchair there?
Yeah.
And then another guy's on stilts.
Yeah. There's okay. That I was fucking blown away
Yeah,
by that
yeah.
trailer, man. Like,
And that acid bit at the end.
yeah, the acid trip at the end was like the fucking nail in the
Yeah.
coffin for me wanting to play this game.
It does look really cool though. It looks like it's set in America, but basically
It's an alternate-
Nazi Germany have taken over.
yeah, it's an alternate future. Nazi Germany have won.
what's the actual title?
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein: The New Colossus.
Fucking perfect.
Oh, it's not on my list. Is this a
It's-
Microsoft thing or?
Wolfenstein 2. No, Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Oh, Bethesda.
It was how they closed their show. Watch the trailer if you
Yeah,
haven't already.
it's
It's
ridiculous.
fucking amazing because like the original Wolfensteins were cool. Like the first one was good. The second one was really quite cool. But like it was good first person shooter, but just nothing like it's not a Doom.
No,
It's
no.
great, but it's not a Doom. They've obviously taken some of the Doom and put it into
Yeah.
the Wolfenstein. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Just in terms of the impact of everything was fucking
armor.
massive.
Ridiculous, yeah.
The armor, guy, like Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
The trailer for it was all pretty stupid, but it left the best taste. Like halfway through that trailer, I was like fucking okay, and it just sold me. It was such a beautiful piece of trailer because it convinced me on the theme of the game and B on the gameplay loop being just so much more impactful than the previous games. Like it just looks and feels fucking amazing.
Okay.
Thematically as well, like again that acid trip in the end, it sells it. It really sells like the humor they're going for. It looks like a fucking great
What
game.
about Minecraft 4K?
Oh, dude, let's talk about. Did you see those fucking updated lighting engine? It looked pretty good.
Fucking nice, but like, come
Why?
on.
Yeah, the last game you need. Yeah, it's like glorious fucking 4K. I thought they were gonna like up the voxel count or something and be like, oh, that's crazy. No, they don't, man. Unfortunately, not. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly scroll.
Also, there's another Dragon Ball game.
Dragon Ball. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah? Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't. I just looked at it and was like, I can't believe how many fucking Dragon Ball fighting games there are.
Holy shit,
dude.
It's beautiful.
So it's made by the team who did Guilty Gear Xrd, which is this anime side-scrolling fighting game.
Is it just a side-scrolling fight? So it's like a Street Fighter.
Fighter. It's more like a Marvel vs. Combat, right? Marvel vs. Capcom.
Who also released.
Also, yeah.
And
this
it got shit on.
Yeah, this looks like the better version of MVC, and like
Okay.
it looks like incredible. This team, the reason they were famous for Guilty Gear Xrd is they have this incredible rendering pipeline that looks like it's 2D, but it's 100% 3D, and every now and again you realize that you're looking at 3D. It's like it perfectly matches the look of the anime. It perfectly matches it, and it looks and moves like fucking sex, man. It looks just great. I can't wait to check that out.
Right.
I do love how bad the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I believe it's called.
Did you see the Chun-Li in that fucking trailer? She looks fucked up, man. like the year before, she was looking real good in Street Fighter 5, and this has been a rough time for her.
I gotta say the actual like story sounded kind of cool, but just like the graphics look terrible.
Absolutely, it looks like a fucking Telltale game. Like it looks like they've got an engine from 5 or 7 years ago, and be like, let's fucking do this. Let's make it happen.
It definitely does look like anime. That's very fucking cool.
How cool is it? Yeah.
But I mean, I just don't feel right.
I mean, it's not your type of game, but this type of fighting game.
But yeah, right. This is the first one that I've actually looked at, and I'm like, okay, that's something anime.
Yeah, 100%. Cool. It's on the money. Speaking of other games, A Way Out. That's got to be a stand.
So fucking key, man. That looks awesome.
How like it was one of those things watching the press conference. And I was thinking to myself, man, I hope this is just a co-op game.
It is.
He's like, this is exclusively a co-op game. I'm like,
I'm so keen for that game, man.
I was reading the comments afterwards, and the guy, one of the developers, said it's going to be both split screen.
Local split screen and online. Yep, which I really like.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to be seeing both screens as well. Like that split screen is obviously an important.
It seems
part
like
of it.
the sort of story / style of it means you have to do it, and then it'll come together. Obviously,
exactly. Yep.
And I think like as the trailer showed, it looks like they're splitting the screen up
for online as well.
No, dependent on what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So it's more like comic panels.
A cutscene while someone's actually doing something, moving around.
Or like cool. one player has like 30 to 40% less of real estate versus the other one because there's something might be something more important. Yeah. But it's also this is by the makers of Brothers, right? So
exactly. This is
this is going to be some fucking good ass video.
Yeah.
And
when I saw that, I was like, I'm 100% sold.
I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, cool, this is like a prison escape. But obviously, there's a lot more to it.
Yeah,
like a lot of.
It looks like
different
that's just the beginning.
I kind of wish it was 4-player rather than 2.
Yeah.
Look, I think that
2 seems like
co-op is much better to do with 2. I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I think like you're going to be able to tell a pretty resonant tale like with those two. I'm
looking forward to.
Going to play it with my brother or something.
PlayStation? No.
It was in EA, so it's going to be probably
everything.
Probably all over everything.
Probably everything. Yeah.
That was probably the standout of EA. Like,
definitely.
Like, what do you
Anthem
think?
Looked kind of cool.
Anthem actually does look cool.
Yeah, Anthem is an interesting one, right?
Because it's obviously a Destiny copy.
Yeah. To a certain degree, it's kind of like, as I said, like it looks like they basically looked at Destiny and were like, all right, they're fucking it up. Let's do something different.
And I got to say, like, I mean, it like without actually playing and seeing what it plays like, it looks like they might do a better job.
Well, I got to say, like the initial reveal of like, you're getting to these mech suits, so I'm like, yep, tick that fucking big old box off down things that he thinks are cool.
Yep.
And then flying around, I was like, well, there's
another
one. All right, there we go.
And it looks like it's like you can all fly.
Yeah.
And it's like big open world that you just jump down into, and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I mean,
like animals, like
it looks
good. Cool, man.
Like if that vertical slice is represented for the final product,
yeah, and that's what I was hesitant. I was looking, I'm like, well, if this delivers, I'm sold, but. We'll see.
I mean, they had that loot kind of element to it, obviously showcased. They had.
How bad with the axes?
You know what? I was just about to say, like, fucking
cool.
hilarious
What is it?
as always.
Yeah.
But at the very least, they weren't fucking like in character.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know when they're
yeah.
in character,
I
like,
fucking hate
he's
that.
coming over the hill. Quickly
Yeah.
mark him. Oh god, we gotta get there, guys. It's like, fuck, man, just.
Yeah.
oh.
No, I'll give them that. It was just like that one thing. It's like, I hope I get something good.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
a little too far. Yeah, I think there was the one line which actually sold me on that performance. It was like I haven't done that yet. He's like, yeah, you fucking need the XP, bitch. Like he's just I'm like, yeah, I need the XP, piece of shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a little bit more representative of what you get
Yeah.
offline. It looks interesting.
It does look cool. I would be interested in checking it out. It also feels like, it's definitely going to be a different game to Destiny.
Yeah.
But kind of competing with it as well.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, EA's pretty big, obviously, so they're probably going to be throwing. It's a new IP from
Exactly.
EA.
Yep.
There were a few new IPs this time around. That's really good to see from
Yeah,
a
it's
big
exciting.
company.
Battlefront
It's a risk.
Battlefront
Two
2.
also,
Mm.
That's
which
what I was about to
actually
talk about.
looks pretty
Looks cool. It's got a story, man.
Yeah.
All
I
three,
think the story would be cool.
I believe the story is supposed to be
You're a.
the bridge between Return of the Jedi and.
Oh, of course, because
And Force Awakens.
I was going to say Yoda's in there. So.
Yeah, well, it has from all three eras. It has
Yeah.
the characters
Yeah.
from all three
Yeah.
eras.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
can pretty much straight up be
Goddamn.
original old Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting fucking
Yeah.
Darth Maul if you really want.
Sick.
It looks cool, like from a multiplayer perspective, which is unfortunately what they showcased. It looks it looks better. It looks like
does
a
look
more
better.
fully fleshed out thing. There's still things that I've got big question marks over my head in terms of the nature of how the combat and vehicles work. Like I
Yeah.
really didn't like the thing in Battlefront 1 where it was just a random spawn pickup and then you became a TIE fighter.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is. That just kind of
Feels
They
cheap.
based that- yeah, it was different. You get to call in.
yeah.
stuff
So
now.
it's more like you're spending a resource to do
Yeah.
it. And obviously then there's like hero units running around the battlefield. But it looked really fucking good. That engine is amazing. The StarCraft, the Star Wars 1 setting was really cool. Obviously that Naboo
Yeah.
palace
Yeah.
with all like the the robots. Like say what you will about those first movies. I think there's a lot aesthetically, which is quite
Oh, yeah,
nice.
it's very
about
beautiful.
There's pod racing, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, man, reprise. Fucking just. They need to make a new pod racer, man.
Yeah.
Fucking need to get on that
They need a
Sebulba action.
remaster.
Yeah, why
Surprised
the
they
fuck?
haven't.
Yeah, what are they doing? What are they fucking? They're wasting
Pod
their
roster
time.
VR.
Pod roster, pod roster VR, man. That sounds fucking great.
That does sound awesome.
I would, yeah. Well, let's also
play that.
remaster that. Yeah, let's get that up and happening.
But I believe they also said the beta is going to be later this year.
Yes,
Yeah.
Definitely
yes,
something to check
indeed.
out.
Yeah,
I,
they also said the Destiny beta is going to be in July.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be interested to look at that and see how different it is.
Well,
Like
the thing is, it's only a PlayStation
and if
and
only if you
Xbox.
pre-order.
And yeah, only for pre-order. So and that's what I was like. I don't know. Do we just buy the board and buy the PlayStation one and then get the beta access in July? Yeah, because there will be a PC pre-order one later.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I wonder if part of their exclusivity agreement with PlayStation, like, it may have gone like this, right? First year, they're like, all right, PS, you're signing up for this. All right, 5 years exclusivity. We'll give you all the good shit.
Yeah.
Pay us however many millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then Destiny 2 comes around. They're like, all right, guys, leveling with you. We're going to have to release this on PC. It's the only way it comes out. It's
Yeah.
going to have to come out on PC. And they may have said to them, all right, but we have to be launching first. Or something to that.
Well, I just wonder. Like, I'm okay with the launching first thing, as shitty as that is, but that clearly means there's no cross-platform stuff.
Yes.
Well, we didn't really expect that anyway.
Yeah.
But I just wonder, like, is it going to always be this way? Is it always going to be the PlayStation
first.
gets a month
Yeah.
before everyone else, and we just have to sit there and be like, fucking.
I mean, it'd be an easier decision to make if you knew that the ecosystem spoke to each other.
Yeah.
Which previously they haven't. So if they do change that, great.
It's gotta
If they don't,
change, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that, like, why not make it a fucking something that speaks to each other? Now that, I mean, I
guess
suppose maybe.
it'll depend
Like,
on.
I was
how-
thinking-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, it's down to like the Xbox Live versus
Yeah.
PSN.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the close Rocket League is the great unifier so
It
far.
is,
It's the
yeah,
only
yeah.
thing, but I still think you can't actually play with the people of the opposite console.
No.
You can only be
only-
an Xbox person matching with PC or
Yeah,
a
or a
PlayStation
PlayStation with
person
PC.
matching with
Yeah.
PC. So.
The PC is the great unifier.
Lest they ever touch,
Yeah.
total disaster. But yeah.
But yeah, like back to the point, like especially like with this 4K TV situation, like I kind of want to know, like it would be better to have it on PC because my PC is awesome and I could just do that and not have to worry about the future. But yeah, if I'm going to be lagging behind, then it's like, do I get the PlayStation and then does that mean I'm going to have to invest in something later? Fucking, I don't know.
Here's the thing, right? the thing which is making me think PC is that it is an MMO, right? And when I was most heavily into Destiny, I was like waking up in the morning early and like farming out some resources and like doing some real bad shit. Things that feel a lot more at home on a PC, just in terms of like being able to tab out and
Sure. Google shit.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I just want to feel what it's like on the PC first as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hard thing to do.
That means I can play with my Elite controller.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
get that
so much
Xbox,
nicer, man.
Get that Xbox shit happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. Destiny will be an interesting one. They didn't reveal anything at the show. Just more.
We'll see.
More.
But I mean, they did release the PC release date is in October.
Yeah. So
they
did.
Yep. PC release date is October 20th or something.
And that's what, a month.
Yeah, it's September 8th or it's September 6th for PC.
Yeah, okay.
PlayStation.
All right. That changes things. I don't know if there's a demo prior. Then I can make a decision then.
Yep. I mean, you have to pre-order it though.
We might have other ways of getting some beta codes.
That's true.
So
That's
we'll
true.
see.
Yeah.
Good.
Just acquire some beta codes.
Fucking hookups in the industry.
But yeah.
More video games to talk about. We have obviously the Xbox One X, which isn't a video
There's still
game.
like are we still on Xbox?
I'm just going through.
Just going everywhere.
Microsoft,
Yeah. I might bounce around a bit, but if there's things you want to talk about, bring it up. Motorsport 7 looks cool for me, but probably not for anyone else because
it looks like another Forza. Yeah. I don't think it looks as impressive as
didn't catch me like Horizon did.
No, it's Horizon. It's just like it didn't look as beautiful. It's motorsport, so it's all about racing. So
I want to see what it looks like in 4K. Like,
I'm sure it'll be beautiful. But like, it's just in terms of it's not about the environments.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about driving, and like Forza does driving fucking excellently.
Probably one of the best. Yeah,
I think it will be a lot of fun to play as like a serious driving
from
game.
a visual perspective. Things towards the later edges of that trailer where it had some reflections on the road.
Yeah,
they're talking about weather effects.
Yeah,
that was some of the most beautiful ass road reflections I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I was like, that's some fucking shiny road.
No.
That looks good.
I'm not always buying a racing game just to see my reflection in the road.
No. And the thing is, like,
that's fair enough, man.
The reason I could get behind Horizons was because one, it was in Australia, and fuck yeah, Australia.
Yeah,
but also
local.
it's fucking beautiful, like to drive around the country that we know, well, anyway, really, that's beautiful, and just be like, oh,
I mean,
look at these stunning environments.
I think the reason that Horizon also stuck out is because of the type of game it is. It's always just more fun.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Motorsport's like a little bit too serious.
I think,
The reason that stands out for me is because I found myself getting into a little bit
the
more
driving
of
part
the
of it.
driving
Yeah.
of Horizon.
I can understand that. Would you go get yourself a driving like wheel and?
No, I'm not crazy.
No,
not yet.
Because it feels like that's the kind of game it is.
Yeah, it is. It's for the enthusiast, man.
Yeah.
It's for the person who wants to drill down and customize the fucking differential
change
balance and
the fucking
talk
clutch point.
the fuel zone mode.
Sure, I know cars.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I hear
that's
that's a pretty good game.
That was the segue. Why did we not talk about it?
It appeared in the Xbox press conference,
Yes.
which I thought was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because, again, their story was, this is the most powerful console ever made. Check out these 4K graphics. Look how beautiful it is. Introducing PlayerUnknown himself.
Yeah.
Look at those stock assets. It's
They said it's going to be out later this year as well.
Yeah. So
They
I
got
mean,
a lot of shit to do.
they do have an early access program. That's
How
the thing.
good is the fucking new content for PlayerUnknown's? Holy shit!
Climbing,
climbing,
bolting,
yes,
and a new gun.
Yeah.
that looks
dude,
a lot
I am
like a
so
McDowell
excited
Blaster.
for the climbing.
The climbing will change everything.
Because I complain about the climbing every time I play that game. You try to
Especially-
jump through that tiny little gap and you just eat shit over and over and over. Like, and watching the video, like how streamlined as it is, like I imagine in the future when that game is fully polished, it would be awesome. It'd like be free running through the world and shit. And, like,
Especially when you're coming from a game like Zelda, which is just the most free, fluid game in the world. And you play PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and you're like, oh shit, there's like a fucking shin-high wall. I'm fucked. That's it. Game over.
I just always try and find a gap.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing you can do.
I was playing before, and like there's all these shipping containers around. You know, you can get on top and jump on them. And I'm like, I was nailing the jumps. I was like nailing that all the way to the end. And there was this one shipping container which had one of the doors half open, and the other one was like mostly closed. But you could definitely get in. I could see stuff there. It's like, cool. Line up the thing, jump in, and I just clip some geometry that doesn't exist and fall down. I'm like, fuck this game.
Yep.
Fuck it.
Yep.
They also announced weather.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, and I think weather will be very cool.
They already have a certain amount of weather. Like
true.
The rain is, and I love the fucking rain. I got to say, like, it feels nice from a sound design perspective. Also, when you're under like a tin roof, it makes the appropriate sound.
It does. Yeah.
Whenever you're under anything or inside, the sound changes appropriately. And there's something I love extra about murdering people silently in the rain. It's just nice.
Where did they come from?
Another thing I did see was there was going to be 2D and 3D replays. so you can see. from
Oh,
above.
that's
Thank
cool.
fucking God.
Also, new maps.
Yes, I heard about that.
see,
Right.
they're on your map.
So they are going to be. I wonder
okay.
if that's just like it makes sense for it to be like a random thing. You don't choose, kind of. You get dropped into it. I mean, it's heading that way, and the like it as a game is still on its upward trend.
Yeah.
One of the best things about it is not having to wait to
Yes.
find
Oh,
a game.
yes.
I love
right?
that.
So hopefully that still
stays.
happens.
Yeah, you don't have like queuing for certain zones.
I suppose like I had
whatever.
the closest thing I had to it was at 3:30 in the morning on the Oceanic server, which is obviously going to be a low population time. I would press the play button, it would launch me into a server with 50 people, and then it would wait to populate. So I was just getting it at the start of the process.
Yeah.
It would just take an extra minute to fill and
That's
like
alright.
that's
Insane.
perfectly acceptable, right?
At 3:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
there's still 100 people
Ready to fucking go, yeah. So
Um,
like no issue.
Yeah,
Kill
they
me.
also did say they were working on server improvements as well.
Cool.
As
that might
always,
help
yeah,
standard stuff.
yeah. I mean, it'd be good to. I
Look-
mean, again, part of the janky charm. There's again things about that game that I like that are janky charm. But part of the janky charm is like fucking pressing the F button and then waiting 2 seconds for that door to open. You know?
And then getting into the wrong seat.
Yeah.
Or fucking getting in and
Every
out like
fucking
1,000
time.
times. So you're mashing on that fucking button. It's a,
Control 1, 2, 3, man.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. It's bad, but excellent game.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool.
There's what do you guys think about Assassin's Creed, actually?
Look, I'm not into the story as much, but it does sound cool.
Yeah.
I
I
gotta say.
don't know.
All right, give me your thoughts, Jeremy.
No, I didn't watch it and go, oh my God, this looks amazing. I was just like, this is another Assassin's Creed game.
Exactly, yeah.
What are they going to do to fuck this one up?
Yep. Like, what do you reckon, Simon?
Oh, I don't know. I like that it's going to be the like
Origins,
story,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to play that so then I can play the ones after.
Yeah.
Know more about it.
It's
I don't know.
I
There's
never
there's
played
so
many.
many. That's
yeah,
the
there's
I
so
know,
problem.
many.
I
It's
know.
overwhelming. Like, I've played 2 and a little bit of Brotherhood, I think.
I mean, did you ever play Black Flag?
No.
The
I do
Black-
own it.
Black Flag is something I
I
recommend.
think I own it too.
Yeah, like
It came with my PlayStation.
honestly, like I wouldn't worry about the story. I would say
No,
if
no,
you
no.
if you want to play one, jump into Black Flag because that's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
one
it's
of the most
removed from the
refreshing.
story, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's a side story.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the game you're
Yeah.
walking
Black
through.
Flag.
Black
yes,
Flag,
yeah.
yeah.
You're basically in Ubisoft,
pirate.
which is really fucking weird. You're in Ubisoft in the real
Yeah.
world. Basically, it's just a game design company.
I
and you
gotta
just-
Okay,
say,
fair enough.
It makes Egypt look beautiful.
It does.
Oh yeah,
it looks
look,
pretty.
I'm sure it'd be fun, like cool game. I'm not invested enough in the story to be like, oh shit, it's the 7th
No.
in the game and it's gonna tell me
no,
the
no.
final piece of the puzzle or whatever.
I'm
like,
not going to go out straight away and buy it.
No,
I'll
no.
probably wait for a Steam sale of some sort
Thing
in the future.
yeah,
The thing that excites me about it is just the fact that this is the first time in 7 or 8 years that they've had a break. This is the first time
Yeah.
they've had a year
because they had
off.
that shithouse game.
Yeah.
They had to take. a break.
Yeah, it was after Unity with the
Yeah.
fucking glitches. They're like, all right, we've got to do it. But the thing is, that team is filled with some of the best game designers in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. They've been on a turnaround schedule and not been able to innovate and not been able to polish their games to a point that's actually interesting or fun.
Yeah.
But there was a glimpse of that in Black Flag. Black Flag, while
Yeah.
the on-land stuff was just more Assassin's Creed, like fucking whatever. But the on-water
naval
stuff,
combat, yeah.
naval combat was incredibly cool. It was really refreshing, really quite unique. And it looks
Yeah.
like there's a certain amount of that in the game.
Well, I do like because of like the crow as well. Like obviously that's gonna have
It's
a big
effectively
element.
your scouting drone
Yeah.
out of every
Crow?
other fucking
Yeah,
game.
because you can
Oh,
eagle.
wait,
Sorry. Wait, is it crow?
Wait, are we talking about in Black Flag? Or?
No, I'm talking about thing.
Eagle?
Yeah, I don't know why I
It's
said
eagle.
crow.
It's
It is an eagle.
It's a
It makes more
scouting
sense.
eagle. Yeah.
Yeah, but that looks cool because that's like a new mechanic to use. So
I mean, who knows if it's actually good? I'm just interested to see what they push
What
out
they
because
do.
it's going to be polished.
Yep.
Speaking of the ship combat, do you guys see the thing Skull and Bones today?
I didn't watch the video, but I did see the
saw
announcement.
Some of it.
This is the one that was announced last year or the year
No,
before?
that was
No, this is fresh.
Thieves.
Oh, this is fresh.
Yeah, this is
oh, that was
fresh.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah.
I
because that's on
wasn't
here as
that
well.
interested. Well, for what I saw, I only saw a little bit of it. Probably I should watch the whole thing. But
Is it Sea of Thieves basically?
No. So
No.
what it is, it's made by Ubisoft. It's made by the team who did Black Flag's ship
Oh,
combat.
and it's just ship
It's
combat.
just taking
ship,
the ship
yeah.
stuff and making a whole game around it.
Yeah.
And real talk, I'm excited. That ship stuff was really cool. It was actually one of the best
Okay.
parts of that game.
I'm pretty keen for Sea of Thieves still. I didn't
Yeah.
see it the trailer for this
Man,
year.
dude, it looks fucking even better. It
Yeah?
looks
Oh,
so
man. 'Cause last year it looked
fucking
really
great.
cool,
It looks
so-
like there's moments in the trailer where they load one of the players up into a cannon and fire the player from the
Yes,
cannon
yes.
onto another
Yep.
ship. It's just
It's
stupid.
happening.
It
I'm
looks
keen,
like
man.
Yeah.
Do they have
really
an
good fun.
announcement for that yet? No release date?
No. But there's again a full playable build at E3. So there's plenty of footage if you do
Yeah.
want to go suss it out. But
it out.
nothing yet. It looks like a really good Rare game. So I'm excited.
did you
for it.
guys see how bad? Speaking of another sort of battle royale thing, the Darwin Project.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, that trailer.
It was terrible. It had the most fucked up tonal shift I've ever seen in a trailer.
Okay.
It's like a person. Was that like through a forest?
It was like a guy in a forest, and he's got like an axe, and then he hears like footsteps behind him, and then you see him like grab his axe out of another human. You're like, okay, it's kind of gonna be like Battle Royale, like PlayerUnknown sort of thing. And then the other guy comes out of nowhere with like a bow and arrow, and they're fighting, and then it turns into...
And then a fucking shoutcaster appears on the stage.
Shoutcaster.
And he's like, oh, he's going for the bow and arrow. He's got the fucking bow, he's got the axe is coming out of the fucking... And it's like, what the fuck? I thought, what? And then this guy's shoutcasting the live event. Everyone's sitting there with shocked looks on their faces. It was a fucking nightmare.
It basically looks like the most, I guess, try-hard game I've ever seen. Like, they got... I don't know, it's supposed to be like a MOBA / Battle Royale / clasp. I don't know.
Jesus, man. Yeah. And they were like, and this is going to be an esport, guys. Check out our shoutcaster.
Sound like.
It's pretty worrying. Yep. Like, no, I mean, it's an interesting concept. Someone said during E3, can you imagine how many like Battlegrounds modes there's going to be in like every single first-person shooter in the next 2 years? It's going to happen, man. So expect the clones. The Last Night is a game which has
very cool.
Spectacular art style and a spectacular dickhead of a creator. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh, who's the creator?
He's like big into like Gamergate and like.
What a piece of shit! Because it looks
really worrying,
fucking cool.
Some really worrying comments on like feminism and stuff, and it's just like that's such sad news. Why did you tell me that? Because it looks so fucking.
It does look really good.
But unfortunately, you can't really move past that stuff. So I mean, I'll probably still check it out.
Yeah,
I'll check it out. What else looks awesome? The Artful Escape.
Let me refresh what that was.
That was
the
music. The music. Oh, you didn't?
No.
Fucking, you need to check out the trailer now.
What's
basically, it's got some Aussie developers. I can't remember what their name is right now, but I think the full name is The Artful Escape of Francis Vendetti. And it's like a side-scroller action adventure, and the art style looks fucking beautiful.
Yes,
and it's.
It looks like a fucking.
Music,
It looks like a drug trip, man. Yeah. The trailer had him like zooming in on his eye, and
then he does a fucking guitar solo
and starts flying through the air.
This title says The Artful Escape E3 trailer teases a multi-dimensional rock and roll adventure.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's accurate. That's exactly what I expected it to be.
Skip a little bit forward.
You'll see what we.
Oh, that's very cool art style. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
2D, 3D.
2D, side scroller. Yeah. Oh
yeah. It's pretty weird, right? Real fucking weird.
Yeah. And apparently, so the guitar, this is what I've read from someone who's played or seen a bit of a demo of it. The guitar is a massive part of it.
All right, I'm sold, man. I'm gonna play this fucking game.
Yeah. That was
shit. Yeah, that's some acid trip shit right there.
That was on the back of the Last Night. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, these games both have the most unique and cool art styles.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
It's beautiful, man. Like it's you know.
Speaking of good art styles, though, fucking Ori.
Oh shit! Yeah, so Ori and the Will of the Wisps. They didn't show much in the trailer.
No, but it still looks fucking beautiful, and they had that sort of like re-emergent Ori theme that was like sad and like teasing a new game. And I was like,
do you reckon you play as the owl this time?
No.
Come on, the owl was there, and Ori came out, and Ori's like, "What's up, dog?"
Why would it be called Ori?
Because Ori's he's your guide. He's like, "Hey, you're an owl."
What I'd be really curious about though is like if you play as Ori, because obviously this is on the back end of the previous game. Yep. Do you have all the upgrades and shit?
Maybe.
Well, in my instance, no.
Maybe. Yeah, very true. Maybe, given it's the kind of Metroidvania style game, they always typically are like, "Oh,
you lost all your powers.
Yeah, you got hit in the face real hard. And now you're just a level 1 again."
The owl looked at you and was like, "I hate you."
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
you
get
lost everything.
heartbroken. Yeah. Just completely lose the ability to live. Cuphead was showcased again. We've talked about that. That looks fucking sick. Cuphead is that, old-timey art style.
Oh, yes, yep.
Side-scroller thing. Showed a little bit more of that, but it was like the shortest trailer ever because I think everyone has seen enough of it now. And they're just like, it's coming out. Here is a release date. Go.
Yep. Deep Rock Galactic, which is kind of cool.
I can't
Looks like something to check out. It was the 4-person co-op space first-person shooter.
Oh, yeah.
Where you have space dwarves.
Yeah. No, that looked almost like a gusset-up version of fucking Moon. No, what is it? Planeteers.
Yeah,
I think it's Planeteers. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it has a similar art style. It looks like a similar kind of mechanic. Looks survival based.
But you're dwarves, yeah. Dwarves in space.
Yeah.
So we talked about Dragon Ball.
What about Super Lucky's Tale?
That was one of the weird ones I was going to talk about. That's fucking weird.
It was just a child's version of Conker.
Well, no, here's the thing.
it's Lucky's Tale.
actually it's a game that came out on Oculus.
Yeah,
right?
it's a VR
It was
title.
like an exclusive VR title.
All right.
And
Yeah.
it didn't really need to be in VR. And
No,
so
it
they
didn't. And then they
spu-
took it out of
they
VR.
spun it out into it, and everyone's like,
Cool.
Oculus?
Super Lucky's VR.
Yeah, it's super, I guess. I mean, hell, it's a third-person platform that's apparently
Yeah,
good.
apparently it is. But you're right. Like, it really didn't need to be in VR, and now it's not.
Yep. There you
So
go.
That's the story.
That's
of
the
that.
end. Crackdown 3 was also talked about. I don't know if you guys have ever played Crackdowns.
Nope.
No, but I did see the thing for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fun games.
No,
You know,
they look. It's like a Saints Row kind of thing, isn't
yeah,
it?
but like the loop that's really cool about it is you run around the world and you can pick up orbs doing different things. And the best one to pick up is the agility orb. The agility orb allows you to run faster and jump higher. And eventually, because you can, you get more agility orbs, then you can get more agility orbs as a result of being able to move more. You eventually have the ability to like jump over buildings
Okay,
and
that's
run
cool.
around. You're a superhero.
Which
man.
you must be very excited for Spider-Man then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spider-Man is how
Spider-Man
they
looks
close out PS4.
fucking so good.
Okay.
It looks
Holy
amazing.
shit.
I'm of two minds. One, the swinging looks good.
The swinging
the
does look
world
good.
looks fucking
Yeah.
excellent.
Story looks cool.
The combat looks
The
fun.
combat looks fucking great.
Something like that. Combat does look good.
But then it's just like, this is a long fucking QuickTime event. It's a fucking
Yeah, that was a long
long
QuickTime event.
QuickTime.
Yeah.
And-
Apparently, there's lots of QuickTime events.
That's what I'm concerned with.
Yep.
Like, I mean, as long as I can free roam the world and
Look,
get into combat.
I don't think this QuickTime. Like, it seemed like the QuickTime events were a story thing, not
yeah,
so much
exactly.
a combat thing.
It's got to be like a
Yeah.
main story event.
Although I was wondering what's happening. You know when he does the slow mo and he's fighting everyone.
Yep.
Was that a quick timer thing where like you have to press the right button at the right time? Like, or I don't know. Or is that just a like you can go into slow mo
Hard to
Spidey
tell.
sense? Yeah,
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
But it did look really cool, and yeah, the swinging looked excellent.
The world looks
The
amazing.
world looks cool. Like
I've been ready for this for a long time.
graphics look very good.
It better be good.
I'm
It better
sure,
fucking be
and
good.
like this is one of those things as well where it does look fucking pretty. So is that worth like 4King for you?
I mean, if it's exclusive to
It's
PlayStation, man,
exclusive to PlayStation.
I'm getting a 4K TV and I'm getting a PS Pro. That's how it's got to be.
how it's
That's
happening.
how it's got to be. I'm sorry.
Same for you, but for me, it's then bloody Don't Nod's. No, sorry, not Don't Nod.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
let's
Life
be
is Strange Before
Oh,
the
yep,
Storm.
yep.
Yeah, for me, that's the big thing. It's not made by Don't Nod. They pawned it off to someone.
Oh, yep.
And yeah, it's a prequel.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
which is
that.
cool.
leading up to the events
Yeah.
of the first
Yeah,
game.
I
right?
started watching the trailer and then I was like, I probably should finish the first game.
You definitely should.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apparently the girl who voiced Chloe in the first one
Not gonna be
doesn't
in it.
want
not
to do
going to be
it.
there because of SAFTA?
yeah,
SAFTA?
it's the actors
Yeah.
strike, the voice
actor
actors
strike.
strike.
Yeah,
Still
but
going
she will
on.
be a writer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she'll
Huh.
be involved, which is
Yeah,
nice.
she'll be involved. They also said there is going to be a one-off. So it's all up going to be a three episode
Part.
thing, three-part thing. But there are, if you buy the deluxe edition, you do also get a standalone one-off standalone episode.
Separate
as well.
episode.
Okay.
Separate.
Cool.
Which is even further before where
Huh,
you get to
the
play
pre-prequel.
Max again.
You get to see how they were
okay.
made.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. The sex
The
signal.
sex, yeah, to get through it. Elder Scrolls, before we have a quick look at Bethesda. Obviously, they have another online thing for Morrowind, just another expansion.
Yeah.
They've got their Hearthstone game. They've got Skyrim coming out again on the Switch. They've got this is an interesting one, the Creation Club for Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition. And so what that is basically them
All the mods and shit.
pulling in a whole fuckload of the mods, getting those developers to work with Bethesda to optimize those mods to fit them into the actual game,
And then releasing them.
and then
as a
releasing them
fully
potentially as
packaged.
DLC packs, right?
Or
And
if
that's
they
a
pay the
cool
devs.
yeah. If they're paying the devs, it makes sense. Obviously, Bethesda's winning on that as well.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things that apparently, if you're heavily into modding,
Well, that's kind of cool because I mean, like, obviously, as we talked about before, like Skyrim and like Bethesda games in general, one of the really cool things about it is the modding community.
Exactly.
And Skyrim has had so many mods done to it, so it would be kind of cool to have a polished version of like the good ones.
yeah, exactly.
Especially,
Replace
like,
all your crabs
man,
with Zoidbergs.
It must be so good. Yeah, exactly. It must be so good to be Bethesda though. And you're like, hey, can we get some of those graphical mods you guys did?
just-
Oh
You
yeah.
can work closely with the Bethesda development team. So yeah, no, it's an interesting one. They talked about Quake as well, Quake Champions. They showcased a little bit
I
more
didn't
of
see
that.
any of that.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
It's an
More
open
the same.
beta right now, so there's
Yeah.
nothing really that much to talk about. Looks interesting, but they very much framed it around esports. And they're like, the original esport is back,
yeah.
which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein we did talk about.
Yep,
That looks
yep.
fucking rad. If we're on to what is this?
Sony?
Is this Ubisoft? No, there's a whole bunch of shit which is obviously separate. There's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds again.
God of War.
Ooh,
Okay, let's talk about God of War.
God of War looks excellent.
God of War looks fucking rad. They showed more this year than they did last in terms of showing some of that combat.
Yep.
And it looks like
They showed some combat last year, didn't they?
I just
the early combat, I guess.
it didn't have the same flow that it does now.
And it seemed much more God of War-y.
This is a little bit more like, here are your combos, here's you pulling demons apart by the head.
Yep.
But
Fuck, man, I love God of War.
Yeah,
it's such
me
a
too.
fun game.
Like, as much as I really like the more somber style, I was kind of... I
was missing that a bit.
I hope you get the fucking double like swords, whatever, on the chain. Like I hope you get that at some stage. And it looked like they've gone down the middle in a nice way. It still has that gritty appeal and very much exploration.
But it's still got the hack and slash. God of War
has,
we love.
a little bit more of that in terms of the combat. And the combat looks really cool.
Yeah, the story looks really interesting as well. Like I liked at the end of the trailer where it's like, what is it saying? It's like he wants to help us. And you're like, ooh,
that's a fucking
some god powers right there.
It's a big ass fucking snake. Right
Yeah.
there. But yeah, it looks cool. Go on.
There was also Middle Earth Shadow.
Oh, yep. Yeah, the new...
showcasing a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
They had a weird, like an orc fight club thing going on there.
I fucking loved, what was his name? Bruce or whatever?
Yeah,
oh my god.
That's good characterization.
Yeah.
And I should go back and finish the first one, as I've talked about multiple times.
Yeah, same.
It's a great game. And now, I got more fucking plenty of time.
Yeah, obviously we kind of touched on Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, which... It didn't really reveal a whole lot.
But you've got to be
Besides
excited
that
for
it's
that,
gonna
right?
I'm very excited for it. Also, I'm really interested because when you see Aloy, she's wearing the secret armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the hidden armor.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, Like, obviously that was by design. But, like, I don't know. I'm just really curious.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Because they didn't need to do that.
Yeah, it's not part of the story.
They could have easily had her wearing the standard, like, original thing. But maybe that in... them showing that it's kind of them saying
maybe you got to get attuned, man.
Maybe.
You've
Well,
already
I'm
done the
fucking ready, man.
Yeah.
Because I was actually talking to someone about this before. I'm like, because I knew the DLC was coming and I had the armor. And I'm like, well, what if you don't have the armor? Like, the DLC is going to be a walk in the park if they make it for
Based
someone who
around.
doesn't have the armor.
Yeah,
but maybe that's them
maybe
trying to
that's
say,
why,
we know you can have the armor, so now it's harder.
Yeah.
And I also really like how they framed the trailer because they didn't really show the monster.
Yeah.
Like the big bad monster. And I like that because
Yeah,
that would have ruined
I like
everything.
that as well.
If you're hyped for it, obviously, it sounds like
hyped.
it's something.
I'm good. But I just fucking love that world, man.
Yeah.
So.
You just want to exist in it for a while.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. It looks pretty cool. On to the most exciting game of the show. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. We got to talk about this, guys. This looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It does look ridiculous.
I mean, come on, you got to be surprised. It was fucking XCOM. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no, that's kind of weird.
It's extra weird.
Yeah.
It's fucking. They rolled out Shiggy onto stage holding a gun, right? Holding a fucking gun.
Yeah.
Shigeru. Okay, all right, Shiggy. Here's my problem. Guns and the Mario franchise have never gone together.
No. Why now?
On another podcast, they said you don't need a gun. Mario is the gun, and I firmly believe that. Right? He shoots
100%.
fire out his
Yeah.
fucking hands. He has that ability.
Yeah.
Why is he using the gun? What's going on? It's just it's a weird
weird.
world
It's
that
weird.
we're inhabiting.
They gotta shoot those rabbits.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think it's got to there's something as much as I think Minions ruin Rabbids for me.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think that's.
I
a
mean, I
fair
think rabbits
assessment.
are always ruined for me.
Yeah, it never was really something that I resonated with.
No.
But it seems to be okay. It seems like something that I can handle, which is something that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Out of the game preview that I saw.
I think because of the style.
I think it's the fact that they're playing off the Mario characters a little bit more, right? Like it seems like the Mario characters are kind of just like, fuck it, man, sure, right?
Let's
like,
shoot each other and do a
Sure.
strategy-esque game.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It does look like a good tactical game, though.
Yeah,
like from
that's
the
interesting.
XCOM standpoint of just like what a turn-based
turn-based
game.
Mario. I suppose they had Paper Mario.
Yeah, and that's obviously
Yeah.
that's your traditional side scrolling. This is more like a tactics turn-based thing.
Yeah,
But I
we'll
mean,
see.
I'm fucking keen. It looks cool. It looks like again another reason to own a Switch. It's definitely something I'm going to be picking up.
Yeah,
for sure.
I can count that.
I didn't expect Ubisoft to be able to do such a good job as they did. They again, as we talked about Transference and Skull and Bones. Far Cry 5 was, a little bit more revealed, but
Pretty much more of the same.
I mean, the one thing I suppose which they did show is the setting. They very much firmly put it down in terms of this is very much there was a bit of debate prior to as per whether or not it would be, you're going into a stronghold and there's just rebels everywhere kind of thing. Like imagine Far Cry 3 or 4, but instead of, just being anywhere else in the world, it's just like, oh, it's America, I guess. But it's very much, civil oppression. There's people running around the streets. It looks really fucked up. It looks really nice and bloody and crazy, but nothing too more. Beyond Good and Evil was also talked about.
I haven't seen that yet, but I've been I saw the announcement and I'm hyped because I fucking love that game.
The announcement trailer is pretty cool, so I'm not going to talk too much about it.
But Matt kind of ruined it, but I guess Jade's not in it.
Yeah, I have never played the original, so
you should really play the original.
Yeah,
it is an excellent game.
Yeah, I'm going to before this comes out, because this is one of those games that's been in development hell for like fucking 7 years.
Oh god, no. Yeah, when did Beyond Good and Evil come out? Early 2000s?
I don't know. I've got no idea. It's one of those things though that people are so excited for that they almost fucking lost their goddamn minds when it was announced.
Oh man, yeah, because they teased it like at E3 about 7 years ago, and it was like holy shit, and then they haven't touched it ever since. So.
Like that game's never coming out.
Yeah, 2003 was when the first one came out.
It's got
14 years.
It looks cool. Like that trailer, the world, everything about that.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Was a very good sell.
Call of Duty.
World War II.
I didn't actually watch it because I figured it'd just be. We already knew that was coming.
I like.
It's
World Wars.
It's more World War Call of Duty.
The thing is, I didn't even notice this again till I read afterwards. But they replaced swastikas on the Germans with
smiley faces,
iron crosses.
Oh,
really?
Like, why though?
I don't know.
Right?
That's really strange.
Strange.
It's called World War II, man.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? That's real fucking weird.
So it's like, are they trying to just be really PC?
It sounds like it.
Like they're trying to be historic.
Is that some kind of like, we know kids are going to be playing this and we don't want them to be like, Nazis are the best.
Yeah.
Like
maybe it's because like they're really wanting Germany to be like a big sales market. And they're just like, could be. Can't show that swastika, man. Can't.
But
can't
but that's one of the reasons I read. People are like, they don't want people to be banding under the Nazi flag.
Which is fair enough. Yeah, that's
in today's economy, in today's world, perhaps not such a bad.
But yeah, odd choice though. Like considering the genre, but yeah, whatever.
Monster Hunter World was also announced. That I'm excited for. Because I played a bunch of Monster Hunter. No, that's exclusively on the PlayStation, I believe. So
Monster Hunter was it's always been.
I played it on Nintendo 3DS, the last one.
Oh,
it's always been big on handheld, and they've never had a console release that I'm aware of.
Interesting.
And it looks cool for me as someone who's played Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter is one of those weird, impenetrable games, so you kind of have to.
I've always looked at it in the past and thought it sounded cool, so I might check it out on the console.
It's interesting. It's one of those games that there's like a massive skill curve of like just having to learn a bunch of shit before you can even enjoy the game. But yeah, they also are remastering Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I'll play that because I've never played it, and I've always wanted to.
Yeah,
I have it on PS3, I think, and that was just like the shoddy remaster they did because it's a PS2 game actually. So this is it coming forward into the next generation. I'll be interested to see if it is accurate, before I play it, because obviously the original is apparently still the best. But
Monster Hunter World looks really cool, graphic wise.
Yeah, it looks very crisp.
I could definitely play this game because, like I said, I've always wanted to on the handheld market, but it just didn't look quite as good as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it didn't really.
And I didn't really have a handheld either.
Yeah. Also remastering.
Yeah, didn't they? They talked about that last year, so didn't they?
Yeah. It's a good question. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Really? I'm kind of excited.
Okay, yeah.
It made him look really weird.
The new Crash does look a little broken as a person.
Also, I don't know. Like maybe it's just me, but I feel like Crash is another one of those. He was awesome because of the limitations of the technology and what they did with it. Then they went crazy and started doing all the Crash this, that, and the other. And
Crash Team Racing, man, still a good game.
Now the genre is dead though. Like the market.
Well, I mean, that's it. There have been a lot more platforms coming out recently, right?
Yeah,
that's true. Maybe it'll be great. I haven't actually seen the new trailer. I've only seen some
I wonder, I haven't seen.
It looks kind of cool.
What are they doing with it? Is it just like Crash
I think it's literally
again?
Just,
like same, like running into the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, hell, man. I'll reserve judgment.
Yeah, exactly. I won't hate on it.
Most exciting sequel of the show, Knack 2.
Oh, yeah.
Knack
Dude.
2. Coming out.
I actually want to play it.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
And
it's co-op, man.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun to play co-op.
Yeah. I love that. That game is a massive meme. It's a huge fucking meme. I'm fairly sure the only reason it got a sequel is because it's a meme.
Yeah.
So good job, internet, doing yet another good thing with your powers. There's another No Kuni too, but I probably won't play it.
I didn't even play the first.
Yeah, the first was good. There was just too many random battles. It was the kind of like,
Yeah, I
you
hate
know,
random encounters.
fuck that shit. I just put it down after like 20 hours, which was
Did you see what is it? Like oblets?
Ooblets.
Oh,
Ooblets?
Ooblets.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This was
Stardew
PC,
Valley.
Yeah.
Slash
Stardew and Pokemon.
and Pokemon. Yeah,
For real?
Pokemon Stardew Valley.
this is-
made by Double Fine. It's like you cunts.
Shit. I'll
No.
play it, man.
Yeah.
I'll play it.
Tunic though looks kind of cool. Did you
Tunic?
see Tunic?
No,
It was. It's not. It's a platformer.
No, I didn't see
It's
that.
also from the PC gaming one. It basically you're a fox and it's a platformer.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. The art style looks kind of cool as well. I didn't see much else besides like they didn't explain too much, but I would say check it out.
Okay.
We'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of platformers, as you just said.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3, speaking of, is not a platformer, but it's coming out, and that's got to excite a few people in the room, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really play Kingdom Hearts,
Neither.
but I like the
I'll
idea
check
of
it
it.
out.
yeah. So I mean, I've only ever played a little bit. I think Morgs was probably the
Morgs,
person
Yeah, he's a hardcore.
captioning.
Yeah.
I
for-
played half of the first one, and then I just got bored with it.
Yeah.
And then I started playing the second one, and it did that fucking annoying thing that I hate games when they do this, where they're like, you've got to go earn like 100 coins before you can progress to the next thing. And I was
yeah.
like, fuck this.
I remember that.
I hate this shit.
I
So
think I
just
remember you
stopped.
playing that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And it was just like, go help the maiden
Yeah,
with
go
her bullshit quest
Go
to
do some
do
jobs
nothing.
around the house.
Ugh.
Fuck off.
No. So I just promptly gave up on that game.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool game, like, once you get into it, and the boss fights are pretty cool.
Okay.
And yeah, obviously it's like the Disney World, so that's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. And from my understanding, it gets darker, and I think the third one's quite dark.
Okay.
I think it's
That's
all-
what I want to see. I want to see
Yeah.
some gritty fucking reels.
Yeah,
I want
man.
Mickey Mouse fucking bleeding out in the corner while Goofy's fucking doing coke. It'll be a
Great.
real good time. Yeah. That's like for
There's,
me most of what stood out. What do you guys got?
Fable game?
Huh?
Yeah,
What's
Fable
it called?
Fortune.
Oh, dude. I mean,
I didn't see that.
Well, I'm just looking at this list here, and it's got was it the Microsoft? Unless it's just Fable Fortune, maybe it's just a remastered version of Fable.
maybe it's also another fucking.
And they're
card
probably
game.
they've been being like, it's available in 4K now, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's in Fortune K, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fable Fortune is on Steam, a collectible card game that combines the iconic world and characters. How did I fucking
many
call that?
cards.
How did I fucking call that? Well.
Speaking of card games, the South Park Phone Destroyer.
Yeah, that
didn't
looks
see that.
interesting. That's another card game.
Yeah. Yeah. I just love
I'm
they're
over
basically-
card games, guys.
No, but they like
They're
they
taking
do
the piss.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They parody it so well.
Yeah, I'm interested because between
Yeah.
that and Fractured
Fractured
Butthole,
Butthole, yeah.
they have a couple of games on the market. And like I remember thinking pretty much like I didn't have a huge. I was like not necessarily thinking about Stick of Truth as something that was particularly
Stick of Truth,
fantastic.
But
But it was fucking
Yeah.
great, man. Yeah,
yeah.
like prior to release, it just didn't really sell me on it, and so
Yeah.
I'll be
And
interested to see
the
if
new
these things
combat mechanics look awesome.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
exactly.
They explained that last time. Did you see if they sort of released anything
I
else?
think all I saw was just the cinematic trailer,
Yeah,
or
fair enough.
quote unquote cinematic trailer. Yeah, but no, that looks good. But like that's most of what's there for me. You guys have
Only
anything
other
else?
thing that I've got is Detroit.
Oh, Too Human.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or not Too Human, but by the makers of
Becoming
Too Human.
Yeah. So I don't know. What were your thoughts? Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, I did. And
I didn't see it yet.
I mean, it's just more padding of the world of
Okay,
like
cool,
you know
yeah.
super advanced androids, and it's kind of giving you a
I was
protagonist.
sold from the first one, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's it's by the guy who did Heavy Rain.
Too Human and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, from what's his name?
Fucking.
Something. Yeah, I can't remember. So it's really selling. I thought it kind of overdid it a bit, where it's like, your choices will influence the world.
It's like, hold on. You telling me this is a video game?
Yeah.
What?
But to be fair, like Heavy Rain, because when I was first watching it, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's gonna do one of those stupid like there are 3 endings and blah blah blah. But then I actually was like, oh, to be fair, there are a lot of different ways to play like Heavy Rain and the other one that I've forgotten.
Too Human? Maybe.
No,
I'd fairly confident that's by him.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
no, it's
Tetris.
I'm sure it'll come to me later.
In the middle of your sleep, yeah. Actually, yeah, speaking of, the Nintendo press conference is the only one left. That's
When is that?
happening tonight at I think 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. So probably will be asleep, but I'll check out the news when I wake up. And then it's just on to regular ass E3.
Yeah.
So there'll be plenty more shit coming out. I'm sure
the
there'll be more
only
gameplay and
other
stuff.
couple of things there was an Uncharted standalone
Yes,
expansion.
it's called Uncharted
Something like a Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy. So that's spinning off 2 of the characters
Yeah.
who were previously in the game. Nadine, who is in 4. Have you finished
Nadine.
4, Jamie?
What sorry?
Uncharted 4.
No, I haven't.
You
'cause
haven't? Oh.
Morgan took it.
Fair enough.
That bastard.
I should have taken it from him.
You know Nadine, though, the South African chick who's like the leaders of the mercenaries who beats the crap out of you in a library in like the second mission.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, it's her and another one of the female protagonists is in the series doing a whole bunch of side stuff. So it's obviously not in the main story of Uncharted, but it's using the tech they've built just to make another game. So
Yeah,
why
100%.
the hell not?
Yeah,
It's
no, I watched the trailer and was like, this
Yep.
just looks like
more
Uncharted.
beautiful
again.
Uncharted.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're selling the whole you and the other person you're sort of traveling with.
Yeah, it's
don't
got to be a
like each other.
partnership.
Yeah, but it's not really like a buddy partnership.
It's
Yeah,
like we secretly hate each other.
yeah,
you're
we're
the
gonna
worst
try to
kind
kill
of
each
thing.
other like 4 times. But it looks beautiful,
Yeah.
and those games are fun.
Yeah.
So might be worth checking out.
Absolutely.
Beyond Two Souls was the game I was thinking of.
Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
I've heard about that.
David Cage.
Fable Fortunes.
The only other thing for me was a bit more of Vampire. Don't know if it's
Vampire.
Vampire
Yeah.
or Vampire. I don't know what they want to call it, but yeah.
It's up to them.
Yeah,
What-
that looks
give us a
really
blurb
interesting.
about that again.
So that's basically you're a doctor who is also a vampire.
So
it's
perfect.
basically apparently the whole thing is you can go through the whole game without killing a single person.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
the way you level up is by biting people and turning them into vampires and killing them.
So you need to level up.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Do you need to level up,
You don't need
Jamie?
to.
Yeah.
Whoa, maybe.
These are the
Yeah.
questions we have to
Maybe.
ask ourselves. Yeah.
But yeah, it does.
Hey man,
it does
you're a
sound really
vampire. I
cool.
wanna
They
level.
did say a little bit more about the story. That's
Cool. What kind of style is it?
It is, I believe,
Like a
third
third
person. Yeah, it looks dark. It's by Don't Nod, so I'm pretty much sold.
How do you spell it?
VAMPYR.
Vampire.
Vampire.
Speaking of Pyre, not in any press conferences, that's the Bastion and Transistor guys.
Yeah.
That is coming out on July, I think 11th or 10th, around my birthday sometime.
Awesome.
I'm fucking keen.
What a
to
treat
play
for
that.
you.
Yes, indeed.
But you know how to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking finish Transistor. I almost booted that up on the weekend. Yeah, almost. But that really, I think,
I
is
think
pretty
that's
much
it for me. It was the only-
most of what
Busy
I
week, busy week.
Yeah.
It's an insane time. I'm going to be interested in what happens tomorrow at the Nintendo press conference.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
sure it's mostly going to be like, check out this Mario we got. It's Mario
yeah,
time.
100%.
Mario time in the most
Probably a
literal
bit more of
senses.
that Rabbids shit.
Oh god.
Yeah, look, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I want to see more of that game. And I wonder if they do showcase or reveal any more further Switch games because like
They've
you
got
know,
to. They have
yeah.
to.
even if it's like developers in front of a wall of like fucking cotton balls being like,
We'll
yeah,
get there.
we're thinking, we realized that Yoshi and the Switch just go really well together.
We have lots of ideas
Yeah.
around.
I'm just calling it right now, just in case it happens. Just a Yoshi-focused single-player game. It's happening.
Yeah, I can see
You owe
that.
me $500 if it happens.
No. But you are KFC if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Fuck,
agreed.
man. I feel like I'm like 3 KFCs in the hole at this stage, so it's a bad time.
Well, you're getting KFC next time.
yeah,
exactly,
fucking,
yeah.
it's done. It's a
Get
deal.
rid of one of those holes.
In the hole.
In the hole.
Don't put them in the hole. Let's wrap this shit up. It's late. We had to start late, and we need to finish late. And that will have to be it from us here. Your friends at WePressButtons.com. We're going to be streaming next week.
Oh yeah, streaming
Siltbreaker?
Siltbreaker.
Maybe a bit of
Oh, yeah.
Pugdur as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see-
just sneak it in there.
I mean, it depends.
I'm probably gonna play some.
Yeah, I might.
now.
I might get one
Yeah.
in.
I'm keen.
Yeah.
I might be able. I think we'll see how it goes with Siltbreaker. If it ends up being something that I don't know if it's necessarily good to stream. If it's end up being like frustrating, hitting your head against a wall kind of difficulty.
We can probably get a few rounds.
We'll try.
Okay,
We'll
we'll
give it
give it
a
a
go.
shot.
We'll give it a go. If we die, we die, and
I'm
we'll deal with it.
100% we're going to die at some stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simon,
we'll see how it goes.
Simon,
IRL.
Simon. Yeah, he's called it. Everyone's dying.
Yeah.
Hug your loved ones.
Yeah.
We'll be trying that. We're doing some PUBG and some other stuff. Of course, we'll be back in 2 weeks for some more stuff. We'll have a more full, proper E3 wrap up and surely
more
there'll
about
some
what's
news.
come out.
Yeah.
So thank you again for joining us as per usual. My name's Dan. I've been your host. This has been episode number 67 of We Press Play from your friends at We Press
67.
Buttons.
67.
Yeah, 67.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been joined, of course, by Simon McDowell,
See ya.
James Carmen,
Fairly well.
and my beanie.
Yeah, where's your beanie?
Right
There it
there.
is.
there.
Yeah, it's right
Goodbye,
there.
beanie.
Goodbye, beanie.
That's on my pizza.
The ghost of Morgan's past.
Indeed. Have a good
Yes.
couple of weeks, guys. We will see you in a fortnight.
Fortnite. Fortnite is a great word.
Fortnite's
Yeah.
a game that was actually released.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was it
bad.
all about 2 weeks and doing
No,
things in twos?
it's about fucking like you gotta protect. It's like Left 4 Dead if you're like protecting a building. It's also one of those games that's been in development